And that's when we said, Bobo, we're live.
That's when we said, and Bobo, we're live. Welcome back to another episode of the Red Wagon Inn. Glad to have everybody back for episode 23. We're running a short-staffed episode this time around as somebody is having a little baby. And then also Brie's out. No, I'm just kidding. Jakey's not having a baby. Jakey's not having a baby, but Brie is, and Jakey is busy with some prior engagements. So we are going to do a short staff session this time around, and we thought about getting a guest, but we thought, I already kind of have planned to do 3 NPCs right now, and so adding another person into that, I didn't think everybody wanted to just see the Rybo show, so I figured let's keep it as is.
Wait, 3 NPCs?
Who are you kidding?
Well, so
I got 2, right?
Robert, How, and Eldani.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, oh, you're gonna do How, got it.
Yeah, I'll do How for the time being. That way it's not we have to come up with an excuse for why he's gone for possibly in-game 30 minutes, you know? So we'll go that way. Glad to have everybody on. How's it going? Verity, Chav Hunter, a lot of people that I normally see, so welcome back. Excited to have everybody in here. We've got a fun set planned for tonight, or at least I do. I don't know if they are going to have fun with it, but we have some fun times planned for tonight. With that, does anybody have anything they want to plug? Alex, this is where you get to celebrate and plug something pretty amazing.
Oh,
okay, so I'm part of this Red Wagon Inn. Oh, no, wrong amazing thing.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me position myself into a better position to show off what our Kickstarter is currently doing, which are our amazing Kickstarter dice. And I actually have rebuilt pepper for this week. And I wanted to show you guys off some of the stuff I've done to rebuild to show you how cool these dice actually are. So, as you all know, I have a dagger. So I've got my dagger D4. What if I can make sure this is aligned? It's like, I gotta wait 15 seconds to see if that's my head. I will definitely make this work. Technical difficulties. But the cool thing I did was I was like, what die can I really represent my D4 tail with? And so our spear dice actually looks like a rat's tail.
Rat's tail.
Which is amazing. And then to finish it off, the extra attachment that Team gave me on the spear, I'm going to use a flail piece, which looks like a big piece of metal at the end of a tail. So
man, that team, what a good guy.
Wait,
I know.
How were you able to customize the dice so easily, Alex? Sorry, I'm just trying to help out here.
That's right. Oh, I need help for sure.
Good.
Let me just put myself back in position. We'll go back in the holodeck. Ta-da! So right now on Kickstarter, there'll be a link in chat. We have our Kickstarter, which just funded amazingly. That allows you to choose from over 200 different designs, and if we hit all our Kickstarter goals, over 40 colors. So you can make the perfect set for your character. In fact, Ryan, I believe you have a set for your character.
It's almost like I'm using them right now, and that there's going to be a video that comes out on Thursday on my YouTube channel talking about this Kickstarter.
So I will have to take blame then. If you manage to TP Chaos, it's definitely the Kickstarter's fault.
Yeah, the dice are just too good. Oh, awesome. Yes, congratulations to all the Level Up Dice people. I am not one, but I am very good friends with all of them, and so I'm very excited for the Level Up community.
You're
and
an honorary one. It's fine.
Honorary letter. Anybody else have anything they want to plug? Beautiful. Well, I'm going to be showing off those dice in 2 days on a video showing off the Kickstarter a little further if you haven't seen them already. And then a big secret. I'm continuing my class dice series because my patrons asked for it. And I promise you, this is the prettiest dice set I've ever made. And it's coming out on Saturday. So very excited about that one. Sorcerers should be very excited. Right. With that, let's show off some of the art that we got this last time because we got quite a lot of it. You should be, because you're a sorcerer. Also, hi to the Rybo fam, because I saw Rybodad and Rybomom on there. A piece of art from Isn't She Classic, always looking good, because, she is a classic, of course.
Do I look like an owl? Hey,
we also have something from Elizabeth, which I like. There's always going to be a pairing between Drew and Jakey's characters, apparently now.
Shamil and Shamazel. The lucky and unlucky one.
Verity, which has How doing the Days in the Sun from
Awesome.
oh no, this isn't Days in the Sun, this is the what the other Beauty and the Beast song that Beast sings up in the top. Whatever, it's the other Beauty and the Beast one. Then we have something from Blazelin, which is their version of Ithka, the Plague Bringer, of the Emerald Plague.
Oh,
Ithka.
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
a pretty rad looking one.
It looks like Ithka is part of like the Dragon Ball Z family in that photo.
Dude, I totally thought that. It's
we just need Ithka to go Rah! For like an episode. It'll be fine.
All of you collected the 7 Dragon Balls, and that's how the Sun Spear existed in the first place. Then we have
makes sense now.
Another awesome piece of art on How from Fluffy Puro, which I think I said it right. It might be Puro. But either way, I really like the synthy vibes of this one.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, really good looking. And then we have Salt, or Pepper, in Salt's body with the new I'm Surrounded by Idiots vibe going on with their new armor because they work for the Fae King.
Salt, the new edgelord.
Oh man. And then we got 2 giveaways going on tonight. Drew, tell me which giveaway's going first.
So the first one, well, I guess I need to tell you which one's first before you can put up pictures, is going to be from Hexwood Creations. So the pictures are a little interesting because they're not quite finished yet, and he's still working on something awesome. Now, what we have here is a lovely dice jail box, but it's not just a dice jail. It's not just a dice holder. It's a dice tower as well. So when you open it up with the magnets and you flip the 2 pieces, it turns into a functional dice tower. So you can put dice in and randomly roll your dice as well. So he's also going to felt the inside for you, and he's throwing the Red Wagon Inn logo wood burned on the front.
That's
going to be the first one.
Part. I'm very excited for the Red Wagon Inn logo to be on there, and I wish I would have given it or chosen something a little bit cooler than saying, Hexwood, please wood burn a tiny little child's wagon onto here and say, go Red Wagon Inn.
But speaking of, that giveaway has started, so be free.
Well, what about the second giveaway? Because this one's from our boy Drew on the right side here.
Oh, yeah. That's off to Celestia. That's my commemorative dice set for team because he's dead. It looks a lot better in person. It's kind of yellowy in the picture. I'm not sure why it did that. It's more white.
It looks very bone-y with a little bit of gold. I'm not complaining.
Hell yeah. Well, yep. There you go.
Beautiful. 2 amazing things. One with the Red Wagon Inn rolling, and then 1 set of dice for the second giveaway to do tonight. So very, very excited for that. Anybody else have anything else before I make you roll to see who does the recap? Because we all talked about how we're all dreading having to be the one to do the recap this time. So very excited.
Question regarding the giveaways. Are these for free?
For free? No.
They, in fact...
Jackie, we hadn't started yet, or you weren't a Jew. I'm just kidding.
They require undividing love.
Right. And as far as my count, I have 1 point of inspiration and 1 GFY. But other than that, we're on a blank slate right now. So, Right. So, everybody, let's do a roll off, see who's got the recap going.
All right. Let's use Brie's die.
Oh,
that's 19 for Drew.
That.
19 for Drew.
All right. Jackie?
2.
Oh, I had a 3.
Jackie,
I had a 3.
I got a 4. I got a 4 on camera.
Oh, I was like, oh, come on.
Shit,
I had a 3, and I saw him roll the 4 there. Well, Jackie, regale us.
Regale. All right. Last we left.
You want me to send you my notes?
Oh, you were prepared. No, it's okay. I'm just gonna take it as it is. All right. Ooh, last we left off, from Zinnia's perspective, she was still a little emo cat, losing her best friend and best friend's pet in the same day, and Gideon all in the same day. And they made their way from the north to Ashburn, and they were not met with open arms, considering what occurred a few days before. But they were going up to the wall that was broken by a bunch of by all the dragon that broke the wall down. Sorry, distracted. By its acid powers. So, Robert was able to make it through the sledge, no problem. But and then Zinnia thought she could do so as well, so she followed. However, she got burnt from the acid because Robert is a black dragonborn, so he is unaffected. Anyways, she also learned that Hao has pretty cool thunder step that she didn't know was possible with thunder. So they used that a couple of times to. I know I missed a part of the beginning. I'm so sorry, but whatever. I'm so nervous. But they thunder stepped through the wall and they were able to make their way through Ashburn. Also, preface this by saying Salt stepped to the plate up. He was, well, at the time we thought it was Salt. He was just controlling the lead, telling everyone what to do. Zinnia was shook, and he was the leader for the group, basically. And so he was able to go up the wall by himself. Cena had to figure it out with how Robert went through. Rent was back to the forest for some reason, which I totally forgot. Anyways, they make it past the wall, and then the beautiful, strong Taurus, not Taurus. Oh God, oh low, half person, half horse person.
Centaur.
Oh, right.
Minotaur.
Chat. I hear the word centaur coming to my brain. How crazy is that?
How did that happen?
Whoa. Aldani came with the spear, was about to kill us. I was like, I put my spear down. I was like, no, we're cool. Don't hurt us, please. Thank you.
Do you remember the name Eldani, but not the term centaur?
Right.
Because you asked for the name last time, so we kind of.
I have it written down, and I always say Elandi every single time I've been thinking about it this week.
How is Zinnia gonna forget her new centaur crush, Aldani? Come on, let's be real. Which also Hal respects, looking respectfully at Aldani. And then fast forward, we're going to the middle of the town where all the dead bodies are. Didn't have a chance to look at Team or Gideon's bodies. Fast forward, they put us to the town hall of sorts, the castle, kind of putting us on trial with a mad mob following behind. We were then told to stay till nighttime so we can watch Team's burial without a mad mob following. However, could we listen? No, we didn't. Are we surprised? No, we aren't. And so went in the middle of the day, even though I said nighttime. And then we got our asses kicked out. Well, me and Salt, anyways. Hao and Ren were able to stay. And then fast forward, Ren and Hao were at Team's burial. Robert tossed in important bone that was given to him by Team. Chat spoke to Hao, and Hao was able to retrieve it. And then cut to Salt and Zinnia go onto the mountain, and then Salt reveals, I am not Salt. I am Pepper. Whoa! And
Edgy.
then edgy. And then cut back to Ren and Hao. I keep on almost saying Team and Gideon.
Stimpy. I want to say Ren and Stimpy.
And then that was. Oh, and then they said Centaur Lady Aldani was gonna escort them back to the mountain, but then we were like, how is Aldani gonna make it up a cliff? We don't know, and that's how it ended.
You ended it right,
at all.
but I can't give you the inspo unless you answer two things for me. What was the name of the grave tender with no one helping her? And what was the last thing he did at the grave? Because it was important.
The last thing he... Oh, lordy lord.
I know one of these answers.
I unfortunately don't know the name of the grave tender.
No idea on the name.
And the last thing he did... Well, besides getting the bone, even though it was like 4 feet deep, and he was able to get it no problem.
That was it. So you got that one.
Oh, okay.
All right. You get one guess on his name, and if so, I'll give you the inspo.
Chat.
One guess on his name. Do I get any hints? I'm not looking at chat. All I can hear is the Kill Bill song.
You can do it, Jakey. You can do it, Jakey.
Drew knows it now that I've said it and now that I've done it.
Oh Lord! So you're not whistling.
I'm not. It has nothing to do with this. All right,
Jakey.
I gotta
Jakey,
take it.
you can do this.
So close.
It's okay.
What
it's
am
okay.
I doing?
You're whistling. The whistler?
You can do.
There you go. I was throwing the bone so hard. Literally, the one that he picked up.
You know,
Yeah, look, she did better than you would have, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know about
You get
that.
your point of inspo.
Now,
You
yes.
get it.
Thank you, everyone. Thank
Very
you.
well done. Very well done. I was just being
only
nitpicky
piece-
for fun.
The only piece I think that was missed that is kind of important was the fist fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he became the tank.
Ooh, I'll give Drew or Alex an inspo if they can remember the name of the fist fighting person.
Trouble, that's his name.
Trouble. Here comes Trouble.
Bro, or not Bro, Brognar.
Yep, there you go.
Oh,
Drew gets a
fuck.
point.
Well done, Drew.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
Wow.
you.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
I'll take that inspiration.
Right. With that, I think we are good to get started if everybody's good to go.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Ready.
Well done. This is satisfactory result, says Brunar. Right.
Bruh.
Everybody grab a drink, pull up a chair. Let's get back to the Red Wagon Inn. Whence we last left off. It was maybe about 3 in the afternoon as Pepper, or Salt, it's going to be hard for me to say it correctly, so I'm just going to continue with Salt unless you would prefer to go by Pepper.
I believe underneath my image it says Pepper.
Okay, we'll go with Pepper then. As Pepper and Zinnia had made their way up the mountains, Ren, How, Robert, and Eldani are now at the bottom, as Eldani said, "Oh, come on," as she looks up at the cliff that you all are planning to climb. Sun's still high in the sky, hardly any clouds out there. It is in between Hallows Eve and Christmas, or, the winter festival. Midwinter, as it's called in my own thing that I wrote and should remember the name of. And so it's starting to get colder as you're traveling. Being up on top of this mountain is chilly as you're up there. Maybe a few weeks from now, it may be snowing up there, even though you're pretty far on the south and you might need some different gear. But for now, you're okay. Pepper and Zinnia, you sit at the top of the mountain. Drew, what are you doing with How, Eldani, and Robert at the bottom?
Redden looks at Aldani. So, how we gonna do this?
What do you mean?
Can you like get up the cliff? Can you do it like a mountain goat? Can you like just
I'm gonna walk up.
like a spider?
Like with my hooves.
Please show me.
I am not gonna do that. Of course I cannot get up this cliff. You see the problem before me? Why would I be able to get up this cliff? If up the cliff is where you want to go, I will remain down here. If you need me, I will be in the forest. If you plan on leaving, I am still to escort you where it may go. If you plan on going to the north, fine. I'll hands of you, and I will head back to town. But if you come back down this way from the mountain, I will be here waiting. For now, she pulls the bow off of her shoulder. I am hungry. I will hunt.
Okay. We could if we had how can you like
Yeah. Look, lady, I can get you up there if you want me to. It's gonna be loud, but if that's what you want, I'll get you up there.
yeah.
I don't want to go up there at all. If you're not here, I'm not getting down.
I'm just
sure
saying
there's
it wouldn't be a
other
problem. I can
ways.
get you right up.
It's fair. They also make rope.
Both Robert and Eldani look to you, Ren, with a quizzical look. Eldani, no, right, yes, they do make rope. What would you do with the rope? How would you get me up with rope.
I mean, there's trees and rocks up there. We could create a pulley system and then lift you up, because with pulleys in science, things become easier.
You know, if you want to try and lift a whole horse plus a half, maybe you could. But it's not going to be
my
this
inner
horse
strength. And Ren's like, these little tiny muscles.
Ren, roll an athletics check.
Oh no.
I'm going to see if muscle spasms.
Hey, that's a 17 plus 1. Look at me go with an 18.
18. Wait, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought you had a -1 to strength.
Wait, you said athletics or... Oh, I did acrobatics. Yes, athletics. So that's a 16.
Okay, that's what I thought. Still decently, you know, your tone, you're not going for bulk, you're going for definition.
Yeah.
As you pull your shoulder back and do a big muscular pull up, as she looks at you, you can see the muscles on her horse and legs alone are wider than your body. She says, I don't think that's...
Oh, I could do this. And Ren gestures at Robert. I can make you small and we can carry you like a little pony.
Robert looks over and says, no, he's lying. He can only make you big. That's what he... Wait,
no,
do you have the ability to make her small as well?
Yeah, I can do that. Unless you don't want to, like, have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a smaller centaur?
She turns and starts heading away, as if done with this conversation. Being that she is Centaurian, it is a very wide horse-like gait, which you often get as mounted cavalry might ignore a civilian on the road. As Eldani doesn't seem to be the type that would want to be small willingly.
I can make you bigger. I don't know how that would help. As she walks away.
She continues to go into the forest, essentially leaving at this point, but she doesn't look like she's going far. As she gets down to kind of the base of where the little mountain slopes down, there are a few trees, and she immediately starts leaning over, which is odd. You've never seen a centaur, period, let alone having to do this type of work, as it leans over to begin looking at the grass and start picking up different trails for what's around here and begin their hunt.
Ren leans over to How and is like, if we get in a fight, I'm making her the bigger one. Sorry, Robert. You're totally scary when you're like huge, but I think she might kick some better ass.
Yeah, if we get in a fight, I'm just gonna hide behind her, I think. That doesn't sound...
That would be smart. I might do the same.
She's at least a centaur meter tall.
I didn't say it. Bound Ziffysum did, and How directly hears from chat, so that's my way of bypassing that GFY.
Wow.
Ren's gonna go kick a rock.
That's a GFY for chat then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, we can give a GFY to Bound Ziffysum. Robert said,
Well, then up we go. You first. You both look weaker. I'll lift you.
Lift me.
He was... Robert goes to stand as if doing the kind of military maneuver where you would step on his leg and then on his shoulders and go up. But you just hold your hands up like a baby. As Robert takes his hands...
Okay.
I'm just picturing like Dirty Dancing the flying.
Basically. He gets you a solid like 4 feet off the ground compared to your normal height, as Pepper is suddenly covered in blue material on the back. Hey, I worked on trying to mimic How for this week, knowing I'd have to. As lands you up and kind of expects you to go forward. Go ahead, and if you're trying to climb. Roll an athletics check.
You're not gonna believe it. It's another 17, so 16.
Oh, hey, that's enough. Even though
Anima, you give me the best rolls ever. I'm just saying.
Even though you have not much muscle to talk about, that also means you're not very heavy, and so you're able to climb your way up with ease.
And I got that endurance.
You do have endurance, of course. You've got the constitution to count for it. As How looks up at the cliff, with Thunderstep only allowed to take somebody 30 feet, isn't able to just poof up to the top of it. He goes to look over at the cliff. Robert kind of holds his hands as if to get How under the shoulders as well and lift him up also like a baby. But How holds a finger on.
If you touch me with your... Just let me do this.
As he goes over to the wall and begins climbing himself. How also has a -1 to strength. Okay. The newcomers find cliffs far less of an immediate dangerous threat than the others.
BBEG, who?
As How rolls an 18 -1 and begins climbing up at ease. Robert says,
Oh, yeah, I didn't think that you all could... Oh, everybody else seems to have such a hard time.
Robert begins climbing and following behind. Robert got a 13, but he's got strength to give, and so Robert also has no problems getting up this hill. This is only the 50-foot cliff, so you easily all make it over onto the bottom, kind of sitting off on the ledge. You can immediately hear the stomping of heavy warlike horse hooves going off into the forest in a quick manner. Aldani must have found something relatively fast.
Or Robert looks back and says, "It's further up. Let's keep going then."
Ren, you still headed up with them?
Yep. I'll do some climbing. All right, my hands are over here. Hold on. Okay, no, that's an 11, not a 17, so that's a 10.
Ooh, 10, huh? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If
I have a reaction ready, depending on how far I'm falling.
You get to the other cliff and hold your arms up once again like a little baby for Robert to lift you up just 4 feet, not even really an advantage, to the bottom of this 80-foot cliff. As you get going, a 10 is just what you need. As you climb, you get onto one finger ledge. There's a point where your foot slips and you dangle, holding on just by the strength of your fingertips for a moment before eventually finding your footing once again on a new rock, climbing up the rest of the way. You look down, Robert and How looking much smaller than they used to have by the time you get there.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
How also is going to continue to follow. How got a 17 -1, so 16 for How as well. How, again, climbs with no problem. This time, when he's about 50 feet of the way up, he gets a little tired of it, though, because he just generally doesn't have a lot of strength, and suddenly, as you hear a loud, thunderous next to you.
We're here.
As Pepper and Zinnia, you all suddenly hear the loud thunderclap maybe 100 yards down the mountain from the top where you're at.
I guess the boys are on their way.
You've heard How do Thunderstep a few times, but you're also at the top of the mountain. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check, I would say.
Oh, Arcana.
Oh. Well, a 1 minus a 1 is...
Oh.
12 plus 2 is 14.
Looks like there's a storm coming outside.
I can feel it in my bones.
Yeah, it sounds like a stormy night is coming. It could be How, but you're not sure. It just sounds like lightning has struck nearby.
Well, I'm glad we're in this cave.
Likewise. Usually I can tell when a storm is coming, but I don't. This time I don't feel it. It's kind of weird.
Could it be like a magical storm?
Maybe. I don't know. Arcana is not really my strong suit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you can feel normal storms, but you can't really... Or can you feel magical storms as well?
Only normal storms, usually.
Gotcha. So it could be magical. All right. Well, we should probably keep an eye out then.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Ren,
We pay attention to the outside of the cave.
You are both kind of on your guard at this point, just hands near your weapons, at least ready to draw them as needed. Ren and How, you're one kind of dusting yourself off from the dust that's scattered up from How's thunderous step. You hear quickly Robert come climbing up to the top as he He almost like leans back, holding himself on the ledge before.
I thought, with our luck, I thought maybe you had been struck by. It's fine.
Ren's just bent over, hands on the knees, just sweat just coming. That was nothing.
As you're looking over the ledge, kind of like looking back at what you had to do, I would imagine how gives you a slap on the back, which kind of causes you to hold yourself there briefly.
He says, "Come on, we're almost at the top. Let's go."
Okay.
As the three of you follow the rest of the group up to the cave where you had planned to meet, Pepper and Zinnia, you eventually start hearing footsteps and the chink and clang of mail approaching towards the top.
Males are approaching.
Not males, like chain mail. But technically, yes.
Oh goodness, I hope.
Someone's not being sneaky for sure.
No. Do you think we should? Oh, never mind. I think we're okay.
As Ren and Hao and Robert begin looking around, yeah, subtlety not being their strong suit, is Robert and Ren, yoo-hoo! Everyone, where are you? Before you start hearing their voices in the near distance. Also, the males are approaching, ready's weapon.
I just did it.
There you go. That's perfect.
Wonder how many times that's going to appear.
Right.
I hope you all weren't worried about someone following you.
Who's gonna follow us?
I'm just saying. I'm just hoping you're not worried about it.
I'm not worried about it at all. The little horse woman couldn't even get up the cliff.
I have no enemies that I know of.
Was there did the burials go okay?
I mean, as far as okay could be concerned,
Were they buried?
Oh yeah,
of course.
Robert.
It was kind of just their heads, but they did it in a respectful way.
I wished I had had time to give them more words, but this didn't seem appropriate for those who followed others. Gideon, especially. Religion was different, and team was of a religion long gone. Wouldn't feel right to impart mine. But their groundskeeper was very efficient and quick, and we had a good sorry, Jackie messed. Before we started, I don't know if anybody was in the chat before, I said like, we're live, Bobo, because Alex had said like, we're doing it live, and then I happened to read Bobo's name, and so I just typed it in and hit enter. I had no reason to type that. I was thinking something else entirely that I was trying to type. So Bobo, we're live was a very quick meme for us. Also, hi Bobo. Right.
Oh, and the groundskeeper, he's really good with dirt.
You'd hope so, I guess.
No, like supernaturally good with dirt.
That's kind of creepy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like does he take it home at night? Sort of, kind of good with dirt.
Like he. How you explain it?
Like, big guy here buried this bone,
and he holds up a finger bone of team. Very recognizable, in that you've seen that kind of discolored, old, unwilling bone before. So
I asked for this back, and we buried it deep down where their heads were being buried, and then he just plucked it out of the top like a carrot or something, but we definitely buried it very deep. I thought I was the only one to really catch that. I'm glad it wasn't just me.
Do you mind if I actually hold on to that?
he kind of holds it back a little bit.
For
Brie?
I was specifically told by the Whisperer, the the whispers on the wind to keep this. I don't know if it's for you or not.
I mean, you can go ahead and ask the whispers to the wind, but it's for Ada. If you tell them it's for Ada, I think they're gonna understand.
Y'all are very cryptic.
It's not really cryptic. It's what I hear in my head.
I'm just saying, like, what is the bone for?
Honestly,
like, why do you need the bone?
I don't know. I get told things all the time. That's just what happens to me. I was once asked to give a spoon to an old man across the world, and I had to do it. But either way, if I'm getting
my kind of adventure,
getting yelled at a little bit here, sure. He kind of tosses the bone to your hand, Zinnia.
As soon as it lands in her hand, she's gonna. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
But wait, what are you gonna do with the bone?
She's immediately gonna try to find Team's amulet, and then open it and put it in there, and just. I think Rybonator is gonna have to voice 4 NPCs soon.
Yes.
Where's Dane? Where's Tonar? Let's get them in here.
Bring in everyone.
Harvey Kane, where you at?
Press the gun.
let's just kill my voice. Let's make me do How and Castigon all night.
You better have some tea ready.
Right?
I think I'll be able to bring back a little friend. So, thank you.
Zinnia,
It's not creepy.
we should probably really think about that before we do anything. I don't understand magic very well, but they seem to have had a bond. Don't know what would happen if we brought him back and with Team being dead. We should probably seek a sage out to find out more.
It's a good herb.
Thank you. I think you're right. Salt. That is a good idea. Okay. Waiting is fine. Thank you.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Amulet is put away.
Well, that was anticlimactic. And Ren just like walks away.
Ren, you head out to the outside of the cave. Robert, How, Zinnia, and Pepper all currently inside the top of the cave. There is still that large, almost slide-like chute that reaches down to where the meteor was originally buried, where you all slid down and hid from Ithka for a hot minute. Other than that, still getting close to maybe about 4 o'clock at this time, after the time climbing the cliffs and making your way up here now. What's everybody doing, and what are we wanting to be doing?
So wait, you left the centaur lady at the bottom of the cliff?
To me?
Oh yeah, Ren isn't there. I was waiting for Ren to, yeah.
Yeah, there's a problem with, I guess, hooves and not being able to climb. It wasn't going to happen easily. We suggested rope, but I don't think that Ren has the strength.
Ren's not in here, so
Ren has the strength to be able to help with that enough. And so, just wasn't. She said if we were to go back down, then we can meet with her and she will escort us out. But if we go north, then just send word, and she won't bother. She's not going to go north, I guess. Where are we headed?
It's a very good question. It's the first good question I've heard in a while.
Robert kind of beams up like,
Thank you. Well then, do you have a good answer?
I mean, does anyone really have a good answer? I don't know. We need to figure out what we need to do because we don't know what we're doing. I know there was talks about finding Summer. Now we've also got potential of finding out if we can do something about Ata. Ren, do you want to come back and join us?
Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Do, and then wanders back in.
How's little wooden mask just changes to a face of confusion and kind of stays there for a while.
Ren,
It's a good song. I heard from a bard. Yep. Yep. Hello.
Yeah. What are you planning on doing?
I don't know. You said there was adventure, and I was in on it. And honestly, all we've done is just gone to a destroyed town. So, I mean, not saying that it's been a bad adventure so far. It's been an adventure. It's just not what I thought it was going to be.
You see, that was the post view of an adventure.
Ah,
We better go and organize a preview of an adventure.
I love it. Let's do it.
So, Nia, what are you thinking?
I mean, yesterday they kind of suggested to go back to my family land, and I kind of scared of that, honestly. And it's far away, so that's not an option. At least not soon.
That's out to the east, right?
Yeah, it's past like the Green Gulf. We got to go around the Green Gulf, and then we got to go like south a little bit, and then if you know where the Red Cliff is, it's kind of around there. But
I haven't been over that way in a really, really, really long time.
yeah, same.
Are there a lot of sages or law masters there who might be able to help us with our problems?
Sages, yes. Law, no. I mean, we're kind of a pack of mountain lions, so in tune with nature, not so much law.
Gotcha.
I think he said lore, not law, but
I mean, a lawless place might be good for us. Seems like
we could.
it depends on which part of the Silverlands you want to go to, because you can definitely find lawless.
I think probably reassociating ourselves with the Red Wagon Inn might be healthy. The colonies of the Queen aren't too far away.
Wait, is reassociating ourselves with the Red Wagon Inn a smart move? Didn't Dane put like a memo out to all of them saying we're dangerous or something? Or was
Wow.
that, did he?
Did How kind of looks over to Ren. Did you know that are the lot of you dangerous? Are we with fugitives here? It's okay. If we are going to be, that's something that we should talk about kind of up front. It's better to find out now than being questioned. Stories straight and all that.
I mean, everything's dangerous, right? The cliff was dangerous. My look is dangerous.
Not that I care, because I do a little bit, but not a lot. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's all relative, right? Like, I mean, sure, we've pissed off a couple of guards, maybe a dragon with an artifact, but who hasn't these days, right?
I mean, that does sound like good adventure, How?
Yeah. No, I'm not arguing with you there. What I am arguing is, if you are going to piss off gods and things, laying low, going places you haven't normally been, probably a good idea. Get out of the usual.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your suggestion?
If seeing your family sounds fine, hunting for this summer person that we saw briefly, but still feel a need to be here for. Also, a good idea. I know a few places that we might be able to go. I can help you lay low for a while if that's needed.
Where would that be?
I haven't ever really laid down roots anywhere, so I was thinking maybe the city-state of Kern. It's one of the largest cities out there. Pretty easy to hide yourself.
Why does that sound so familiar? I think I've been there. Have I been there? I think I've been there.
Roll a history for me, Ren.
Before I finish that sentence.
Where is that on the proverbial Asterion map that I do not have open?
It's a 15.
15. Kern is the trade essential capital of the world. It connects to the majority of all water sources and is the big inroad between two very large nations. For everyone on the stream, give me a moment and I will make it so everybody can see the map. Let me fit to screen.
Magic.
Boom. Go magic. Right. So with the actual map itself, zooming it in here a little bit more. Oh my gosh, why aren't you...
Enhance.
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 It doesn't want to go further
Enhance.
down at any time when we're on stream for some reason. This is going to look
Enhance.
really weird, but okay.
Enhance.
Right. So right in the very center here, I've tried to put it on the center of the screen. You can see Ekerol to the left, the Kingdom of the Koracrucians to the right, and the city-state of Kern in the center. It itself is its own bridge that was built in between the two pieces of landmass. There's no actual land there. There only is now because of this trade city that exists as a neutral party between two very much at war, pretty much always, nations. And so this city has nearly 1 million plus residents in it now. And Ren, with your history trek, you would also know the best way to describe Kern is... If anybody's read Ready Player One, the best descriptor to give it is like the stacks there, where it is a ramshackle of houses that keep getting built on top of each other because there's no room to expand outwards because then they would be in other territories. It's like 20 miles in diameter, and all of the outskirts and poorer parts of the city just have houses built one on top of the other, bridges going from large towers of houses to the other. The richest areas in town are no longer these wood little ramshackles, but stone houses and buildings in the center with nothing on top of them. Having a one-story home versus all of the other possibly 40 or 50-story homes is the sign of wealth in Kern. And all trade is done in Kern. If you want it, you can find it in Kern.
Yeah, we need to go to Kern. That's where Marcus is. Marcus, great guy.
Who's Marcus?
He's like this brilliant wizard, and he's amazing. And yes, that's where we should go. And he can help us find Summer.
We should probably also find a way to make a bit more money because nearly all our money is gone.
I am not going to put myself up again. I know Summer's not here to do it. I'm just putting it there. I'm not going to put myself out there.
What did you all do before we were here? Put yourself out there.
I almost put my body up for money, really quickly, but
Whoa.
don't worry about it.
Is that legal here?
Down in the Oasis. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, we were talking.
I mean,
Player One,
we did get a
Oasis.
very cool spear out of it though. Yeah,
We did.
No judgment. I support you in whatever you want to do.
Hey, you do you. If that earns money, how much are we talking here? And can anybody just join?
It was priceless. We got the sun spear out of it.
Yeah, the sun spear.
Actually, Ren and Hao are going to roll history. See if you've ever heard of the Sun Spear.
That's a 4.
Hao has heard of it. Ren, the Sun Spear sounds like a stupid name. Kid name.
It really is a stupid name.
Yeah, Ryan. Geez, come up with a better name.
That was for my character, not me. I think that was a great name.
Dumb. I too hate it. Hao has definitely.
Now a knight spear. That's a spear.
Ooh.
Wait, hold. You're talking like a replica, right? Like, not the... You're talking the?
I was
Capitals.
put up to Keenak himself.
Would anybody explain what this is? Like, I know you already gave me a brief description of what happened to said spear, but like, what does it do? Why
it
was it
mainly
special?
sat in a hat, actually.
Sounds like a really useless spear. Sparkles.
Okay, you gotta clarify something for me here. And I mean zero offense for this, because that sun spear, if it's the same one that I'm thinking of, it's very, very valuable. correct?
Yes.
So, are Leonin just like crazy good or something? How did you pull that off?
Oh no, the body was just the key to get into the palace of sorts, and that was it. And just and I start
Okay. Understandable. That. See, I was okay. I was a little concerned there. I mean, hey, if it earns that much money, I'll look into it myself. But, wow.
priceless.
What did you do with it? You have
We ran.
We gave it to a dragon. In fact, right where we're standing.
Right here?
This is true.
Right
this
here.
is true. And I didn't even realize.
This is the cave of Ithka, the plague bringer.
Ren, and
I just thought
Hal,
it was a cool cave.
roll another history.
Please be good. It's a critical fail.
Hal has also never heard of Ithka.
Oh, persuasive dragon, I guess.
I mean,
Should've
that's what
kept
happened to the town just recently.
Got it. Okay. Right. Sorry. Takes me a minute to put the two together.
Then the dragon actually gave up her 3 eggs for the spear. She'd rather ditch her babies and eat the spear than take care of her
So then we
children.
took care of the
What
eggs.
do you expect? It's a dragon.
Oh, what a bitch.
I mean, you said it, not me.
Sorry, I'm trying to be Hal as much as possible, and I feel like that.
Now, hypothetically, there is a dragon treasure somewhere in this cave system.
Where?
I don't know much about dragon treasure, but dragons usually have treasure.
I've heard that. Even Robert's like, it's true. Even my kind often like to hoard whatever they can. They don't like to give up things. Ancestral trait.
It might get us the money we need to then go north.
Well, let's look around, I guess.
Okay. So, should I just... Where would a dragon hide their treasure?
I don't know. You're the dragonborn.
Did you happen to see, like, pouch on Ithka? She didn't carry a pack?
I do not recall.
Xenia and Pepper can roll a history check. Because, Pepper, you were technically there.
Kind of.
I'm
Most
not-
likely not, though.
I'm not getting out of the single digits tonight. I rolled a 4 minus 1.
Ooh,
7
beautiful.
plus 2.
Yes.
Beautiful.
9.
You don't remember one, but that was obviously not what you were focused on. Staying alive was your primary focus.
Okay.
Do you think the dragon would just keep it in here? Or would there be like a secondary location?
Yeah, I mean, there's like a
Well,
slide right over there.
Her eggs were here, so I mean, if you keep your eggs somewhere safe.
Do dragons have minions?
Oh, you know what? They did. She did. There
What they did?
were a bunch of kobolds here, but
Oh.
yeah. But also, I've heard to never go to a second location.
What do you mean?
Oh, a great bard once told me to never go to a second location by the name of Mulaney. Don't know if you ever met them.
You know you get a GFY.
the face you made, Jackie, was so good.
To this day, I hate secondary locations. Y'all are going to meet a guy named JJ Bittenbinder.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Let's try something. I've seen this somewhere. All right. Close your eyes and think. when you were here last time, was there anything special? Anything at all?
A dragon?
No. I mean, of course there was a dragon, but like here in this place, was there anything special you had seen, or
A meteorite?
This meteorite scar.
Oh, what?
Meteorite scar. And then I point to the meteorite hole slide.
There is a hole there.
Yeah, I'm not one for just sliding down cave holes. That's...
But I am.
Ren, do you just jump into the slide?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. As
Adventure, go.
Zinnia points it out, like, there was a meteor hole here. I'm not one. Ren goes, I am, as he slides back, hands behind his head, legs up, just goes down it like a water slide. Because of the intense heat from the meteorite, it was very, very slick on this giant crater that it created inside this cave here. As you all noted before, you fell down it once, and now Ren is actively going down it quickly. Ren, you start to see the end very quickly, maybe about 50, 60 feet down, and you're sliding quite fast.
Oh, well then I would like to use my reaction.
2.
Feather fall.
You're still at like an angle. You're not just going straight down. So
Then never mind what I will do instead. Hear me out.
Enlarge.
That was option B.
close yourself up in the hole.
I'm just gonna start, like, I've seen this somewhere, and I'm just start shooting firebolts off towards the bottom to try and like propel myself backwards, but it's not gonna work. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm gonna get a mark
no.
in my forehead right here.
So here's what happens. Ren
And that's when Ren is no longer a member.
Ren jumps down on a slide, like, I got this, before suddenly wait, shooting firebolt after firebolt down at the bottom. The bottom of this slide like entrance, where it's like a cone. It goes down because a meteor hit it. It's a cone that goes down to like a point where the meteor once was. You see yourself getting down after maybe a second of sliding. It's just wait. You didn't realize it was going to be that steep. Everybody hears the cries of Ren as he tries to blast a hole into the ground where the meteor once lodged itself. How many firebolts do you let loose?
I'm probably realistically in 12 seconds, 2.
2? Okay. As you blow one, shoot another one. As you get down there, you immediately notice that the firebolts are reflecting off of something in there, causing light to shine and break. Oh yeah, so they are more powerful.
Oh no.
Causing light to shine off of, you're not sure if it's ore deposits or what, but there's something reflecting the light of your firebolts as they slam into the rock below. Several bits of dust and rock come flying up, which kind of covers your eyes as it flies back up out the tunnel, and you slam into the bottom. You don't take a huge amount of damage. You're not falling straight down, but you do take some as your ankle kind of twists as you hit the bottom. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Woof.
As Robert runs over to the edge. You okay? Hello?
There's a hole. It ends abruptly.
I'm so proud. For every occasion, you have something. I'll give you a point of inspiration if you do In the Air Tonight. It's drums line. That was a needless inspiration. You already have one, so nothing happens, but I wanted to hear it. So, right. As you get to the bottom, there's a hole.
It ends abruptly.
Yeah, we know. That's what we said.
I didn't know it just ended abruptly. I've twisted my ankle.
Robert looks to Zania and Pepper.
That was all that we saw down there before, right? That's it. There's no other system.
Yeah. I think the hole came from the meteorite.
What I thought. Well then.
I reach into my pack and hand Robert a 50-foot rope.
Robert holds on to one.
Before Robert gets the rope up, Rin's gonna try and start like climbing up, but just keep sliding back down and just doing that like.
Ren, do you have dark vision?
I don't know. Do I?
As a what elf?
Do what else get dark vision? No,
Nope,
it's dark as hell.
Okay. It is quite dark. Only the light that reflected from your original firebolt is causing any light, and the light coming into the cave. So you can see just barely, but around you it is pure pitch darkness down here. So you don't see much, but you suddenly hear the slapping of a rope against rock that is maybe about 10 feet up from where you're at.
There's snakes! There's snakes!
Alex and I did the same.
I swear I'm going to have a mark by the end of this episode on my forehead.
It's about time someone else feels the pain, Alex. For the first 12 episodes, I always had my hands in my head in my hands. It's your turn.
Even how everybody kind of does a collective like face palm, except Robert looks and says, "We have to get him out of there." Sorry, this is so silly.
We have to get him out of there. There's snakes down there. Grab the rope that I sent down.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll a perception to see if you can find the rope to grab it.
That's a non-nat 20. I'm fumbling very quickly to find this rope because there's snakes.
You're reaching your hand around. You think you see it up there, but your hand pushes against nothing briefly. There appears to be a small hole here in the rock.
Hey guys, there's not just snakes, there's another hole.
Gosh, it must be where the snakes are coming from. Grab the rope.
Wait. Robert, hold on a second. What's in the hole?
If I could see, I would tell you.
Can't you use magic?
Can't you just put your hands in the...
Well, firebolt. Boom.
Do you shoot a firebolt down the hole?
Yep.
Beautiful.
This is how I killed one of my characters, not in this game, but a while back. This is how I died before. Might as well do it again.
As you shoot it doesn't go very far, maybe about 10 feet. You can see this is a very small tunnel-like hole into the side here. It appears to have been dug rather than naturally formed. You can see scuff marks from small picks or claw marks of some kind in the brief instant that it lights up before it seems to turn a corner going off to the left and downward.
So, positive note, there's not actually any snakes, but the hole continues.
I hate snakes. Good. Our luck has turned. No snakes.
Wait, can you get inside the hole?
Can I get inside the hole?
It would be a lay down kind of crawl. It would be pretty much a very tight fit for you and your companions.
Yeah, I can do it.
Is it more of a my-sized hole?
It's more of an our-size hole, and I'm like, I can make myself small too.
I've seen it. He's made me big. You were there. No. Okay. But no snakes.
No, you just scared me with the rope. That's all. I thought it was a snake. You know, it's very cylindrical, and there's a hole, and
Can you
it's
tie
dark.
yourself to the rope before you go in?
Hal says, he's an unreliable narrator. As Hal also gets to the edge and sits and scoots like a kid who's a little scared of going down like the McDonald's play place slide before pushing himself off. And
that's a bit real,
down.
Ryan.
What's up?
That's a bit real.
Right.
Hi, buddy.
As Hal also going to roll. This time, he's not going to roll to blow up the bottom. He's going to roll to catch himself on something. And so as he does so, he kind of lays himself flat back and puts his arms out to slide as slowly as possible. In doing
there is a rope there, Ryan.
Hal forgot, and because Ryan forgot, so... so...
just slides along the rope. There's no rope.
He's like, shit, rope bird. As Hal slides down before landing at the bottom, because he has to kind of like spread his legs out to get there, he basically slams right into you, Ren. But it's more of a kind of hit, but it doesn't cause any sort of pain. As Pepper's like, there was a rope. I was like, I forgot. I forgot.
Sorry, let me. I'll do the proper pose. Oh, it's gonna be in front of me.
Perfect.
I'm just gonna leave this up. I think it belongs there.
Right, just that's your face for tonight.
So I can crawl down into this hole.
And do it.
And Ren's gonna rub their belly button, and they're just gonna.
Ren, in pitch blackness, you don't recognize anything getting smaller or larger, but you feel gravity itself affecting you less.
Wow.
As you feel suddenly much, much lighter than you once were. That rock that was kind of digging into the side of your ankle as you sat down here is now much larger and appears to almost be like a boulder in your general height, as you've shrunk down to about a foot tall now, where before you would have had to have laid down. Now you're just going to have to duck your head a little bit if you'd like to make it through this tunnel.
How? Don't step on me.
I'm gonna. I can see.
Oh, well, put me in the hole.
He picks you up like a trophy he doesn't really want to break. Sets you gently. He goes,
I don't really get what's good about this if you can't even see in the hole.
That's a valid point. You got magic too? Can you make me bright?
actually, give me just a moment, because I don't know if Hao has the spell light or not. Let me check on that, because he's not here to tell me he does or doesn't.
Please have it. Do 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 do. Please have it. Do 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 do.
Okay, so he has something he can do.
Do it.
So he's like,
surface dwellers.
so he casts dancing lights towards the end of that part on the tunnel. So briefly dancing in front of you are small little, what look to be almost like fireflies moving back and forth in an endless circle around each other that pulse and glow a bright pink glow, illuminating the small tunnel that you see before you. These fireflies look to be about, this big on you currently, Ren.
Wow. Okay, I have to do this quick. I can only do this for a minute. Let's go!
As you run down the cavern. Why is Ren small? They didn't render correctly. Bobo.
Oh, that's good.
GFY to Bobo. Is Ren small? I was gone for the last hour. Ren is small now because he cast enlarge/smallify person. I don't know the proper term for it.
Reduce.
Smallify. I like listening to Smallify. Right. Ren, being that you only have a minute.
GFY.
Is it? Ren, as you run down this hallway here, hallway in your size, but very, very tiny to others, go ahead and roll me an athletics to see. Are you running quickly or just kind of at a jog?
As quick as possible.
Okay, sounds good.
I also have a rope tied to me, and that's a natural 20.
Do you have a rope tied to you?
I do.
Did you just tie it?
No, I did that before I guess it would have fallen off. I guess I don't have a rope tied to me anymore.
Because Robert's holding the other end, and he hasn't moved from the top of the slide yet. Neither
Well,
have
it's a
Pepper or
natural
Zania.
20.
Okay, good. So Ren, as quickly as possible, you go running down this. The light that you saw that was maybe about 10 feet down illuminates a little bit further, but eventually you are going to lose this bit of light here. So as you run, you immediately make the left turn and start going down this small little slope here. It's still about the same size. You kind of have to hold yourself as you go down. It's not nearly as steep before, and it's definitely not as smooth, so you're not going to slide. It's kind of like when you go down a hill and you're basically slowing yourself down. As you run down this small little hallway here. Before eventually the light gets to where you're not going to be able to see any further down this right corner here. You've gone down what you would imagine to be maybe 20 feet further away, but the light just gets caught on the edge of the corner. But there is further tunnel to go.
Okay, I'm going to run back.
Okay, sounds good. Ren, you run.
Hey.
Go ahead, and since you were down at the bottom of this 20-foot tall hill, which would be the equivalent of a 100-foot tall hill for normal, go ahead and roll me another athletics. Uh-oh.
That's a 1. Not a critical, but it's a 2 minus 1, which is a 1. Hey, Hal, the tunnel's getting really big. Oh, no. Ah!
Is it a slider that you use?
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan, I quickly said this in the air, and I'm like, I know we needed help, but should we have vetted before we just said hi and welcome to the party?
I mean, no, they could be like pawns.
Yeah, half pawns for sure.
Jakey.
Ooh, I love it. Robert also says like, hey, prawns are delicious. As he's still holding the rope, waiting for somebody to come up.
Aye, but that's not how you make porridge.
I'm just kidding. I in the time between, you know, us coming up to this cliff, I've been thinking about that, a story I was told about an adventurers playing chess in a winter wonderland. It was so just that was relevant in my brain.
How did that story go?
I don't know if it's important, but I'm stuck in a tube.
As Ren becomes large and we avoid the conversation that will give Jackie a GFY. Ren, you become slowly increasing in size. You get right to where that corner is and turn. You're basically right at where the lights are at this point, and they kind of blind you before you find yourself full now. Since you rolled so low, roll me a dex save to see if you are currently standing or laying down when you start to enlarge.
Uh-oh. Okay. Dex save, that's a +1, so that's an 18.
Okay.
I'll take it.
You recognize the danger that you're about to be in, and as you're getting larger, you slowly get on your knees, laying down before you find yourself nearly stuck. Your hand's out in front of you now, which is good. Otherwise, you might have been crushed if they were up. But now, climbing is the only way. You're not even going to be able to get your hands down to your side.
How? How help me? Help me, how?
There's lights literally dancing right in front of your face. As
It's not helping, how?
I don't. What do you want me to do here?
Throw me a frickin' rope.
I'm not. What are we?
Salt.
He doesn't know that you're Pepper yet, so.
Salt.
Yeah.
You are a ratling.
I have to do everything myself, don't I? All right, hold the rope. I'll be
Robert
back in a
says, "Of
sec,
course."
Sania. And I
Salt
I climb down
slides down.
quite easily. climb. I know there's a rope there. Thank you very much, Ryan.
Slide by holding the rope.
I get to where Hal is. Oh, hey, Hal. Which way did he go?
You climb in super easily. You can be like on your knees and basically go as fast as you normally would in this small hole. It is pretty much your size.
You just see Ren waving at you from inside the tube.
He's in there.
Friend.
All right. I grab the end of the rope. I tug it twice, signaling that I'm going to be pulling it along. And then I walk down towards Ren. And, hey, buddy, you got stuck.
A little bit stuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably crawl out. I just wanted some friends in the tube with me, but it continues on like down that way, and then it continues even further. I just can't see.
I sort of can't get past your butt at the moment, though, so we might have to move you out first.
Okay, yeah, good plan.
All right.
I
So,
could
hold on
also
a
make
second.
myself small again and go back in there, but
It's all right. I've got this. I go into my pouch.
I'd
and
rather
I
not
pull out
get stuck
a
again.
vial of body oil.
Oh,
And I hand Ren the rope, and then open the vial and sort of just sprinkle it over his back and around there, making sure it's completely empty. And then I'll tug the rope twice and start running back towards Hal.
As he's starting to run back, Ren is actually. I'm gonna make myself skinnier.
You think skinny thoughts and kind of suck in and other means of making yourself skinny. As you pull on the rope, so Robert is up at the top of the cliff, the top of the slide. The slide itself, the rope barely reaches down there, so the rope's not really able to reach inside the 20 feet in that Ren currently is. Robert could come down and pull it, but as you tug on it, you try and pull it further in. But that's the length of it there.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. If we knew that, Ryan, I will gladly pull out another 50-foot of rope and tie it.
Got it. No problem then. Roll me a sleight of hand.
For sure. Shall we do this on cam? Dun, dun,
Oh yeah,
Since
you got dice.
Everyone can
Let's
see
go.
my horrible roll one. All right. Boom. That's a 3+ number.
Oh, it didn't even show it on the thing.
Hold on. Oh, it didn't show it on the thing. I'll move it across.
so it didn't count. It didn't.
It didn't count. And my sleight of hand is really good though, because I am a sleight of hand master that makes it a 12.
12. Oh wow. All right.
Nice.
So definitely enough just for a slight tug from the rope to not cause any problems. So you tie the other end of the rope, hand the majority of it to Ren. As Ren, you were now soaked and covered in oil from the whole upper half of your body, and as you slide through, assumingly the bottom half of your body will be as well. As Pepper, you do the pull twice again, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Robert looks at you, Zinnia, and says, "Okay, they need us. Here, help me pull this."
All right.
Robert's going to pull with all his strength. Are you pulling hard or?
I will. Let's use a rare anima. Athletics?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
That's 5, 12.
12. Okay. Well,
Oh no.
Robert got a nat 20.
Oh god,
Which-
I'm coming flying out of that tube.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. Plus his just normal being a strong
I
person.
need a nap. I am
As
squishy.
Pepper, you get out onto the side just to let him out. Hal also kind of leans back. But with Zinnia, you kind of tug on it on the front for just a little bit, but Robert pulls way harder than you're expecting. And it's kind of like a cork on a wine top, especially since not only have you oiled yourself, you've made yourself small and skinny, Ren, as suddenly a pop happens as Ren slides out and gets pulled and slams to the side. Ren, you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Ow!
As you slam into the rock on the side, Hal and Pepper both move back as this now oily covered Ren slams into the side of the bottom below.
That sucked.
Yeah. Why? Why the oil?
I didn't realize he could be skinnier. It's a pretty cool trick you should teach me, especially after the winter season.
I don't necessarily think you'd be able to see because Ren wears baggy clothes in as a wood elf.
Okay.
Roll a perception for me, Peppa.
But you may
For
be able
sure. Dun, dun, dun.
Really, from you
That's,
did go sliding out of there way faster than expected.
15 plus 1 is 16.
No, not quite enough. He must just be skinnier than he looks under the baggy clothes.
Gotcha.
Or they look.
I have thought you were a little bit more filled into that outfit.
to. Pretty skinny.
As Ren, you're still not really able to see much, but now you can at least see the light coming up from the top. As Hao then looks and says,
All right, so are you going back in, or are we just leaving, or you said it goes
Yeah.
further?
I'll do it. It's
I
fine.
want to see what's in there.
I'll be back in a second. You wait here, Ren. Polish yourself off.
Pepper,
Okay.
this is what you do. This is what as close to home as home could be for you. Climbing through there, sliding through these things, it's easy. The only bad part is now there's oil on the ground, so your hands and feet kind of slip a little bit, but you dust them off on your clothes. No big deal.
Moisturized.
Well, yeah, sometimes you gotta do that. As you move yourself further down, going through that small little incline downward that turns off to the right, as was described by Ren. Before going further, there seems to be a very gradual decline from where you're at going down. It's not much.
In the party? Oh, sorry. You're talking about in. Yeah.
Oof, oof. As you go down, it wouldn't be that perceptible for anybody else going down, but because your kind are naturally inclined to be underground, you notice it. You're going further and further down into this thing. It is very good that Ren chose to get out when they did, as this thing seems to go for quite a ways. You'd have to guess at least 100 feet or so before it seems to get into a large opening of sorts. But once you do get to where that opening is, you
What do
see
you
light
see?
coming from the end. You're not
All right,
at it, but you see light coming out of it before you
I
go
will
there.
sneakily approach the end.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll your stealth for you then.
Mhm.
Okay. As quietly as you can, you slide your way along the rocks, getting over towards the edge before you see a small fire. Almost campfire-esque, built on a plateau of rock here. This plateau of rock stretches out very much over Lake Moria, where there's a huge, vast cave system down here. Very, very deep chasm inside the mountain that seems to go deep, deep, dark down into the depths below. Looking out, even your rat-like dark vision only lets you see so far before it's eventually obscured by just the blackness around. There's a ledge that leads off downwards, almost as if a ramp going down that appears to be man-made of some kind. It's not, it's carved into the ground rather than it was just a naturally occurring slope. And it seems to kind of zigzag its way back and forth going downwards. Roll a perception for me.
This sounds like one I should do on stream. Dun, dun. Let's see if I can make it roll in the right spot.
Yeah. Right behind your head.
Sort of.
Yeah.
That's
There we go.
12.
Ooh, 12. Right. Salt percepting things again. As you
Never been good at perceiving.
you look around, there appears to be writing on the wall up here, as if this once was a flat wall that you're now kind of breaking through. What languages do you speak?
What language would you like me to speak? Thieves' Cant, Undercommon, Ratfolk, Common.
Okay. You have not heard of this language before, and it doesn't look to have any similarity to the other languages you have knowledge of. Thieves' Cant has a few letters of it, but Thieves' Cant is made up from a mockery of a bunch of different things. So you're not really entirely sure which origin it has, but you can roll a history check to see if you can tell what language it is.
Sure. History's at +2. Brie dice for the win. That's a 19 plus 2. 21.
It appears to be abyssal. You recognize some of the curved letters, some of the slashing like marks as if carvings into the wall. You're not sure what it is, what it means, but it appears to be abyssal writing.
How much time would it take a micro-sized wren to walk from the opening who is to where this opening is?
He could crawl all the way here. Everybody would definitely be able to crawl through this hole. It would just take quite a bit of time. The only one you'd be really worried about making it through would be Robert.
Got you. Does it look like this is this definitely doesn't feel like a dead end at all, does it?
As in, appears to be more in this cave-like system?
Like I can feel maybe some breeze or something that gives me a feeling that it's more than just in cave.
Oh, absolutely. Especially the current fire that is lit there.
All right, I'll head back up.
Okay.
What do you see?
Robert, standing at the top with Zania, looks around and says,
"This place brings back a lot of memories that I'm not particularly fond of."
To be honest, I kind of pushed it out of my brain and I forgot what happened here until Saul brought it up again.
Fair enough, fair enough. I still keep her axe on me, but I don't quite have the strength to wield it yet. I'm working, trying to get stronger, but...
Oh, let me see their biceps, how they've been coming along.
Well, I've been trying to become tougher for all of you, able to take, more blows, and I think I've done that, but I'm just now getting to work on the whole strength side of it. But you could see that I'm starting to see a shadow on the back of some real definition there.
Yeah, definitely. It might have gotten a little thick too. Very nice.
Yeah,
I won't do it.
yeah, it's coming along. But do you think you would be able to wield it yet?
Oh no, I think I was kind of getting there with how often I was using it, but I might have lost it all.
No worries. Just whichever one of us can first, I guess.
I have a feeling it'll be you.
As at about that point, Pepper pops her head out of the hole, and yeah.
I tell the two boys to follow me up, of course, as well.
Like
if they're
up and
still
out?
down there. Yep. We gotta talk. There's a lot more than I expected.
Okay, coming up.
Robert stands kind of stout, holding the rope up there. Zinnia also holding. It's not a heavy enough incline to where if two people are holding it, you'd even need to really try. You can definitely support the weight of any one of them climbing up, and Pepper has no problem at all. So Ren and Hao, eventually you start pulling your way up. Ren, it's harder for you because you can't really see where your feet are stepping down here, trying to climb your way up, but you trust the rope. So you eventually all make your way back up. Now you can see the daylight coming out from the cave. Sun, you can notice, is starting to get closer to setting. It's closer to winter time, and it's about 5 o'clock. You probably have another hour or more of daylight left.
All right, well, what'd you see?
Okay, guys. So something very weird. So there was a fire lit down there, like a campfire, and like someone lit a campfire.
Okay.
And then I saw writing. I think it's abyssal. And after that, a large area that keeps going. So I'm not sure, but I think there's definitely something or someone down there, because fire just doesn't light itself, right?
Do you think that's where all her kobolds went?
Could be. I definitely had like a sensation that there was something more.
Okay.
Or it could be completely unrelated.
I'm
I
not sure
mean-
which is worse.
I bet you it's a cult.
Is it always cults?
I don't know.
I
But
always feel
that
like
makes
I
sense.
run into cults wherever I go. Ugh.
I mean, I think it's too coincidental for a little civilization to live inside the mountain that Ithaca lived in. No?
So I have a crazy thought.
All right.
I know it's not like me at all. Maybe we can find out more about Ithaca here, which might help us with trying to deal with the Sun Spear issue when we have to deal with that issue.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a good idea, Salt. Maybe... What would we find, do you think?
Information? Maybe we find someone who knows how Ithaca thinks? I don't know.
Oh,
Could be
Okay.
badgers.
The collective
Ren,
group of
it couldn't
four
be badgers.
turned to look at Ren with a confused.
What? Badgers live underground? They burrow.
deep in the rocks?
Making
You don't
fire.
know the badgers I've seen.
I don't.
I do know that the badgers from down under don't write in abyssal.
See,
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
What-
Then it might. What if they have badger pets? Just saying. And Ren's gonna like throw up the hands and walk away.
Ren kind of just goes out to where you can readjust and get your eyes out in the light for a little bit.
well, I don't really want you to go there by yourself, Salt, but
I think we should all be able to get there. You might need to take your armor off, Robert, but you should fit through.
Okay.
We should probably also think about talking to our centaur friend who is probably going to be waiting for us. I don't think they're going to join us in this sort of regard, right?
Ren,
As Robert calls out to you at the entrance of the cave.
you think that she might be willing to be small, Eldani, to fit through a small part in the cave? She didn't seem too keen.
I think that's a very bad idea because I only feel like I have the energy to do that once more. And if she gets stuck in that tube, you see what happens is I've seen this before where if like something's too big and you try and fit it in too small of a space and then it enlarges in there, it just explodes, kind of like when you put sausage in a casing and it's just like
Robert has to kind of steal himself there.
So I think if you're already in trouble with that city, we probably shouldn't kill one of their guards. Just saying. Even if it is an accident.
You're right. No, don't do that.
Hey, Ren,
Mm-hmm.
are you quite? I've seen you change your body. I've seen body sizes change a few times today. Is this something that maybe you could be a bit more expert on tomorrow? Like more than once tomorrow?
Whatever do you mean? And Ren's just like,
I mean, could you do it more than once tomorrow?
And then Ren stops and it's like, oh.
Could we have a bit of rest?
Oh. And then Ren's like, yeah. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking about something else. And yep. Immediately cuts like side glances over to Hal.
You see how just
Where's the chowder guy?
So Hal, I think you're probably the best to deliver messages since you're all about whispers. Do you want to check in with our centaur buddy?
Yeah, I'll go
See if-
talk to her.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm just gonna start walking over that direction before he raises his hand up once and turns to look at you, Ren.
Now, when you said more than you've seen this before.
Oh yeah, with the exploding. I mean, I can't say that I didn't make it happen, but I've seen it before.
Yeah. He's just gonna sigh quite loudly before heading downwards towards the base of the cliff to go speak to Eldani and tell her the general game plan.
I don't think I should go with you, even though you didn't ask.
So Ren, you leave him to go down and do the talking. As Pepper, Zinnia, and Robert all are in the cave, Ren just at the mouth of it.
Okay, we regain our strength, and then we head down there first thing in the morning.
Maybe some dinner. Yeah.
I know some recipes and foods.
Perfect. I have.
Great, friend. You can organize the food then.
Do any of you hunt? I could use some protein.
I have some.
Robert reaches into his pocket and he pulls up a few conies that appear to have been hunted maybe the day before. Back then, not a horrible thing to see, animals that have been dead for longer than a day, but still not exactly the freshest of kills that Robert has in his pack here.
I don't mean to be offensive to you, new friend, but we are not all draconic with stomachs of iron that can withstand acid. And so, can we get something fresher?
If maybe we're on top of a mountain.
Yeah. Let's maybe we do a little hunting and then we can get some good food.
I meant we're on top of a mountain in a bad way. What do you hunt on top of a mountain?
I don't know. There's birds, and I'm sure you could find a badger. I could go do some gathering. I can go find some mushrooms. There could even be snakes up here. Who knows?
And roll my eyes.
Males, right?
All right.
All right,
We
Ren.
all just
We'll-
want
Ren,
old food.
We'll put you in charge of the food. You take care of it, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I got this.
We're in your hands.
Okay. Here, birdie. And
Ren, are you
Ren's
going to go foraging?
I guess so.
Okay, roll me a survival.
Cool beans. It's a nat 20.
Robert's like, where are you going to find anything on top of a mountain?
You're like, oh, I'll manage. I have an idea. Pause on that. As Ren disappears for just a little bit to go looking for some food, Zinnia, Pepper, and Robert find themselves inside the cave with just a little bit of light coming through. At this point, Robert begins to doff his armor and start to kind of lay his pack out for the night to try and get a small little place to lay.
I turn to Zinnia and sort of say, we should probably tell Robert as well, hey?
That's your decision, not my place.
I think he may get confused later on otherwise.
She nods her head, just looking at Salt.
All right. We'll walk over to Robert. Can you sit down for a second, buddy?
Sure, hold on.
As he kind of like does the undusting of his sleeping roll and sets it down on a rock. This is one of the first times you've really seen him without his armor in a while. He sits down, his body more scarred than last you've seen him. You can tell maybe his time in the Scorch wasn't quite as uneventful as he let on.
Sits down and says, what's up? Everything okay?
Yeah. It's been a tough couple of weeks, hasn't it? Just as you know, we've lost a few party members, we've lost a few friends, a few family. I need to let you know that there's been a kind of loss, but a change, and I want to help you understand it. So, as you may know, Summer and I had a sister called Pepper. I know we mentioned it a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when everything happened and Summer disappeared, Salt actually went chasing after Summer. And so I'm actually Pepper, even though I look like Salt. I know that's kind of confusing. But I want to let you know that Salt's kind of looking after Summer at the moment, or trying to find Summer, and I'm here to help you.
So, are you twins?
It's complicated.
That would explain the blue nose, then, and the
Yeah.
clothes. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I thought you were Salt this whole time, and forgive my
It's fine.
He stands up a lot more proper now, kind of patting himself off. He reaches his hand out, like, to shake your hand.
Robert, nice to meet you. Properly.
Pleasure. I sort of turn to Zinnia and sort of semi-whisper with my mouth. He's such a good boy.
Sweetest.
Now, Pepper, Salt was a fighter. I don't know if you were as well. I had to protect him a bit more. I don't know. Are you more of a sword person, a bow? Do you do magic? I want to know.
I'd say the word you're looking for is probably tactician.
Okay. I just want to. I'm trying to keep everybody safe as best as possible.
Yeah.
I think Zinnia and I may be the only ones up front now. With the loss of team, but it's okay. Good. We can hold, can't we, Zinnia?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, very nice to meet you.
Hopefully we don't need to hold very much.
Hopefully indeed.
Yeah.
Is there any other conversations y'all are wanting to have before the other party members get back?
I'm good.
Same.
Okay. You wait there for about an hour, during which time Hal makes his way back. Give me 1 second to roll something. You can see his shoulder is a little bit more scarred and dusty. Possibly he took a little tumble on the cliff as he went down. But he made his way back up with enough of his limbs intact that it isn't really a problem. You all kind of just sit and prepare yourselves for a night's rest before Ren, surprisingly, to all of your chagrins, comes back with not one, but 2 badgers over
and
their shoulders.
A trapper hat.
Do they speak abyssal?
They don't really speak much. They're very angry though. I had to knock them out, but yep, got them.
Wait, you didn't kill them? They were alive?
Well, I mean, not yet. We want fresh, Robert. Fresh.
Okay. I'm sorry. How did you? Wow, there truly are badgers on mountains. I thought they lived just in the forest.
Mm-hmm. Don't ever doubt me again.
I shan't. I'm sorry. Please, what can I do to help?
How are you going to prepare these badgers? What's the best way to cook a badger?
What do you mean? They're already prepared, right?
For Robert, sure.
Just dig in.
I guess technically Pepper. And Zinnia.
First, we need to dispatch them. And then after we do that, we have to skin them, of course. And then we need to cut them up into their portions. What are we feeling tonight? Are we feeling stew, rotisserie? What do we want? I assume
it's in your
found
hands,
some other
Ren. It's in
gathering
your
food.
hands.
Okay.
Ren begins preparing the badgers. Since they have 2, they decide, why not both? As during the leisure time, you skin the badgers. Who's skinning the badgers?
Is who skinning the badgers?
What's on second? Who's skinning the badgers?
I will. With +4, that's an 18.
Sleight of hand.
Oh, never mind. Sleight of hand. That's now a 15.
15. Still good enough to where you acquire 2 badger pelts. Very ornate.
I put them on my shoulders.
Can definitely add them if you'd like. So after you kind of leave them out to at least dry as best you can, you wash them with some of the water from your water skins. And being that you'd have to go get more water up here, which doesn't look like it's going to be all that feasible, you decide rotisserie badgers it is. Taking a few spices from your pack and just kind of dusting them over. You don't do much besides slam them on there like you would a rotisserie turkey, but they look very odd because they are badgers, as we have said.
Badgers.
But at the end of your time cooking them, what you described to be a mountain delicacy, everybody has a bite of. Everybody roll me a con save.
Uh-oh. I'm rolling my team dice for this one. I shouldn't have rolled my team dice.
What'd you get, Alex?
I got a 6 minus 1.
Zinnia?
Natural 1.
I got an 8.
8. How got a... How got a 15, no worries, but Robert also got a natural 1. Apparently, badgers, not very good for the carnivorous races. For some reason. As Ren and How,
yeah, I've had badger all the time. This is good badger. This is really fresh.
That's why you gotta knock them out first.
Because badgers aren't exactly small. He pulls like a whole leg off like a turkey leg. How begins gnawing on as Ren's like, I like where your head's at, as you both just start eating badger leg. Zinnia and Robert in particular make the bad choice of going for like the stomach meat of the badger, thinking that it would be the softest, but badgers just eat bad stuff. There's it's Pepper, you're able to get it down. It's, you're rat folk, you've eaten worse. But Zinnia and Robert both, you don't have a problem while you're eating. It kind of, you swallow it down. There's enough spices on there. However, your evening is filled with several bathroom trips and stops onto the cliff, as it were. It's a rough night for Zinnia and Robert, and as such, I'm going to make them do some rolls to see how good of a rest they get. But you are fed. You are planned to rest for the night. Is there anything else you want to be doing before sleeping? Beautiful. As you all park it up here in this cave, eventually it's just the 5 of you. Is there a watch or anything going on, or is everybody just going to sleep?
I'll go first.
I'll go second.
Zinnia?
I'll watch as well.
What place would you like to watch?
Oh, third?
Third. All right, followed by Robert and then How. Okay. Eventually, it's just... You've been awake for a while. It's been a long day. A lot of climbing up and down mountains. It's time for some rest here. As you all lay your head down, I need perception checks from everyone. And it was Ren, Pepper, Zinnia, Robert, How, correct?
Raspberries. You said perception?
Yeah.
18.
Peppa?
15.
15.
2 plus 6, so an 8.
Solid rolls tonight, by the way. As you're all taking turns on your watch, at one point in the night, Robert quickly shakes everyone by the shoulders. For Robert, quickly waking up Pepper first, kind of does it. Shakes you gently awake before going over to Zinnia also. Then Ren, then How. Robert says,
I heard scuttling down from the hole. Could not see. I don't have the gift of sight there, but I heard something moving quickly. I worry.
I can blow it up.
As
Okay, Ren.
there's a Robert whispering, Ren, I could blow it up.
I'll go have a look.
I'll also get up and have a sacred flame held in case anything pops out.
Okay. Are you going to go down to the hole with him or just staying up at the top?
I'll go down with her. She goes down.
Okay. Pepper and Zinnia slide down to the bottom there. Both of you roll me a acrobatics or an athletics to slow your... Actually, Pepper doesn't have to because climbing abilities.
Don't die.
Oh, yes, it's a 15 plus 5.
Hey, 20, nice. As you're sliding down, you hear almost like nails on a chalkboard, Zinnia's claws slowing her descent. But they're pretty quiet, but it is a grating sound is the best way to describe it. Before Pepper, you get over towards the hole, Zinnia holding your cantrip ready to go. Looking to the side, you don't see anything down the pathway there. You'd have to go further if you wanted to try.
Can I hear anything?
You can roll a perception if you'd like.
I would love to.
No.
All right.
Robert, what if it's badgers?
Oh, look at that roll, guys.
Ooh,
18
nice.
plus 1 is a 19.
You put your ear up to the hole as you hear Robert kind of like, what do you see? You can shush him with a finger before putting your ear down to the ground. You hear claw marks on this. Whatever is scuttling along here must have decently long claws, but must be
Nothing I
very
recognize.
small to be able to fit its way through here.
Nothing down underish.
You can't recognize it just by the scuttling that you hear.
Okay. I sort of turn back to Zinni and go, something
That way.
Yeah.
I'll turn, ready, holding sacred flame.
In the dark, now able to see as Pepper kind of points you forward. Hold your cantrip ready.
Wait here, okay?
Okay.
All right, I sneak up that way.
Okay. Sounds good. As Pepper begins to crawl through the tiny hole, it seems like a great place to stop for a break briefly. It is currently 7:52. How about we come back at the top of the hour, so 8 or 7 minutes away. Sound good for everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Let's go.
Quick break. If you haven't entered yet, make sure you enter for the giveaway for the dice jail from Hexwood that will have the Red Wagon Inn logo burned onto it for you. So make sure you enter for that. And if you haven't done so, do !LUD and be following the channel so you can be aware of new streams that come on and enter that giveaway. But we'll be back in 7 minutes, everybody, and we'll see what Pepper finds down in the cave deep, deep below. BRB.
And then I was saying, like, hoo-wee.
Zooey mama.
Zooey mama.
Yeah.
Yo,
And that's how the house fell down.
it's
Out of the
totally
sky.
legal to have more husbands. Right. Welcome back, everyone. If you haven't done so yet, get about 20 seconds left before we stop the giveaway. How many people are entered, Drewby?
That's a good question.
Do we have the right amount of people this time?
No. Go. Enter. There's 81 people and 72 entries. Go.
Ooh, get some more. Just a few more.
Come on. Exclamation mark LUD and follow.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. It's so easy.
Not in that order. Follow first, then exclamation mark.
This is why Alex is here.
True. Oh crap, was Drew hair filled with GFYs and got lost during the wipe? That's why it was so thick. So many puns.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I went from being the person with the longest hair in this group to almost the shortest.
Almost.
I mean, you have got the shortest because Ryan doesn't really have hair, so.
That's fair.
Well, I mean, doesn't that mean he wins?
No, because you have to have hair to have the shortest hair, right?
I can't participate
fair.
in that. Yeah.
Well, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and close this up. I'm gonna give it 15 seconds. So do it.
And if you haven't seen it one more time, here's the dice jail box, even though it's not at all close to done yet, because it's going to be felted and have the Red Wagon Inn logo burned into it. What's up?
And it's cherry wood.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm closing it.
Tastes like real cherries.
And the winner is Turtles Me.
Turtles Me.
Turtles Me.
Congratulations, Turtles Me.
Congrats.
You win yourself the dice box. Also, make sure that you reply to the messages so that we can get you that dice jail as soon as possible. Did I hear a hey, Ryan?
Yeah, go ahead and let them know what they can win now.
What else could they win now, Drew? They could win themselves an Off to Celestia set, which is based off of Team, our bony boy from the past that somebody in this party killed, not me.
Wow.
It wasn't me. I don't think so, at least. But an awesome set made by Drew for Drew's character that you could now own, the Off to Celestia set, and it looks super duper good. So make sure you enter for that one. And let's get right back into it. Pepper.
Yes.
You started entering down the little tunnel with Zinnia down at the bottom, Robert, Howe, and Ren up at the top of the cave. You said you were trying to go stealthily, correct?
For sure.
Okay. As you creep your way along, doing your best not to make any noise, you're kind of on hands and knees really, really low at this point, trying to do your best. You get towards the corner and turn down towards the left, where that slight little incline goes. You don't see anything there, so you choose to follow and go even further down. Before you get to the long stretch that's about 100 feet long that ends in the large opening there, you see the shadow of something move off out at the end of that little hallway there. And you see the light caused by the flame to suddenly fade and disappear.
So the light was still on.
It was.
And it just switched off as I came into view?
Correct. Also, look at Jason with these sub gifts.
Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Sorry.
That's just too
How
coincidental.
dare you, Jackie,
for
say
me.
thanks like all of us.
Get out of here, Jackie.
Thanks. I don't see anything else there, right?
Not from where you're at. You could go further and get to that opening, but from that kind of 100-foot distance away you are, that slide incline, that's all you see. Is
I will
the fire
stay still for approximately a minute.
Okay.
Unless something happens, of course.
Okay. Roll another perception then.
Dun, dun, dun. That's more like my normal perception. That's a 2 + 1. That's 3.
Your heart begins to bump in your chest, boom, 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 so loudly that kind of overtakes the sound of anything that could be around you, and your focus is purely on the pumping and the thumping of your heart. You hear something that sounds like a scuttle, and it kind of startles you for a moment, but you realize it's coming back from where you came. Robert, somebody up there must have shifted kind of quickly and made kind of a shh sound along the rock. About a minute passes before you feel like, all right, I got to do one thing or another.
I head back to Zinnia.
Zinnia, you sit there before you start to hear the pad's small rat-like feet. Yeah, that's what they sound like. As Pepper suddenly comes back out. Again, Zinnia, you don't have dark vision, correct?
I do.
Oh, you do. Oh, so you do see Pepper before makes her way out. You climb back out of the hole, seeing Zinnia there, still holding a tiny flame in her hand, ready to send it forward.
What'd you find?
I think they found me. The light, the fire was still on, but as I turned the corner, the fire went off. So I guess I must have alerted them. So it means that they probably know we're here now.
Oh.
We should probably go up and group up with everyone else in case they decide to come investigate.
Good idea. Good idea. Okay. All right, you first.
Climb up.
Pepper, you easily climb your way up towards the top. Zinnia, assuming Robert still has the rope, so as he sees you down there, Pepper, you're like, hey, throw Zinnia down the rope. Robert will let down a long strand of it before Zinnia, you're able to grab it and easily climb your way back up. Pepper, you're now up at the top with Ren, Hao, Robert, and Zinnia. Hao kind of rolling up the rest of his material, less bothered by this than others, as this seems to be a day in the life for him. Just kind of the pack up. Says,
okay, so are we gonna die?
Pepper's died. Yeah, it's pitch black in here.
Sorry.
We are gonna die.
I need to disappear for 1 second. I'm terribly sorry.
No,
It's
worries.
okay.
So Pepper, I'm assuming
Coming out now, guys.
Pepper's falling right behind me up the tunnel, but so far, she was everyone's awake. Salt was going down the tunnel and turning the corner and just saw some reflection of the fire camp light, and then it went out. So Salt thinks he alerted them to our presence. So I'll let Salt go ahead and finish because he is here now.
There was some
Do we
scurrying.
Do we want to set a trap? We still have some badger meat.
Oh,
In a second.
Pepper,
That wasn't too.
I'm terribly
Yeah.
sorry. Zinnia seems to have done the same thing that I've done. Zinnia, this is Pepper now, not Salt.
Yeah, you can use my my more comfortable name, Zinnia. That's fine.
Don't-
I
mess it up sometimes too, don't worry.
was
It
being
can be confusing.
okay. Continue. Pepper.
Wait, why are we calling you Pepper?
It's a better nickname. I want to.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Let's deal with it. We can talk about that later. Let's deal with the problem at the hand.
Yeah, tell us whatever
Something down
happened
there.
down there, Cayenne.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, paprika.
Chili's fine
Okay.
because it's about to get wintry. You see. All right, guys. There's something there. I think it knows I'm here. So it might know we're here. So we should probably be prepared for it.
Mm.
That seems like a reason to leave. If I've ever heard of one, then if they know we're coming, seems
But
bad.
if they can tell us more about Ithka.
What if they aren't like sentient? Does that make sense?
I then guess you've got breakfast.
Okay, cool. Works for me.
How kind of
I swear to gods, if this actually is
just badgers before looking down, and how kind of scooting up towards the ledge again, looking back like.
I mean, how I get it, but I don't think badgers use flame and fires.
that's a good point.
Yeah. If they do, then they probably can tell us about Ithaca.
Honestly, at this point, I would prefer it not be badgers. I really don't want you to be right about this one.
Or how slides off down the slide and rolled a. Yep,
Just-
slows self down.
Curious.
Wait, he's going down the slide?
Yeah,
Why is
thought
he
you-
going down the slide?
because you said let's go.
No, they're coming to us, right?
I thought what I heard in my interpretation, in which I can rewind it, but my understanding was,
Where are you going now?
We know that they're there, so we can go talk to them and figure. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Instead of trying to grab him by the scruff.
Okay,
of his-
so yeah, as
sure.
Hao starts to go down, you grab the back of his hood there, which kind of pulls him. What? Before Robert comes over and helps pull him up, because obviously Robert knew what you were talking about the whole time. As Robert helps pull Hao
Obviously.
up, of course.
I'm so sorry, Hal. I'm so used to speaking Robertese. I've got to get used to speaking Howies as well.
It's very similar language. It's understandable that you mix them up.
Yeah.
Robert.
So I think if they come
winks.
to us, we'll be better prepared.
Okay, so we just set a trap then?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
I'm just curious. Does anyone know what writes abyssal? Like,
Abyssal things,
What?
usually.
I don't know if what writes Abyssal. I know how writes Abyssal, right?
I mean,
But
I was gonna look and see if Hal writes Abyssal.
I think demons.
Demons. What?
I don't know.
How does
Mage
not speak
I
Abyssal?
thought like devils spoke infernal and like demons are abyssal. At least that's what Marcus used to tell me.
God.
I think just evil things in general speak evil things and write evil things. I tried never to learn it.
I mean, someone who hangs around where a green dragon is probably isn't good.
Do dragons ride Abyssal?
Yeah, but there's no way like a giant dragon could fit down in that tube.
Oh no, this one changed.
Into
It turned into a giant fighter lady that had a giant axe, as you can see on Robert's back.
So she still turned into something giant. So again, how did she fit into a tube?
Well, maths is hard, but you definitely showed us that you can make Robert go bigger and smaller. How do we know
yeah.
the human size wasn't or the person size wasn't the actual normal size?
Okay, fair. Dragons be
Have you ever
be
tried
magical.
going smaller of your smaller before?
Oh, I haven't. Is
It'd be
that something
an
that can
interesting test, but
actually
not
happen?
right now.
This is Drew asking out of character.
Can you shrink somebody who's been shrunk?
Mm-hmm.
You can if you put them in the washing and it's hot water.
We're gonna triple cast reduce.
Do it. I'll make it happen.
I'm the size of an atom.
This is a very Ant-Man-esque campaign now.
Why are we all so small?
Let's go.
All right. So everyone should probably gear up.
Robert.
I think we should try this. And Ren's gonna go grab a piece of rope and tie it to a nice thick badger leg and dangle it down in the hole. And hold the other end. And jig it every couple seconds.
I assume the position.
Ren fishes for Abyssal. As Robert gets his spear ready, he's going to go down to the bottom of the hole. Robert doesn't have dark vision, though, so he's going to rely purely on his senses.
Wait. Robert's going to get in the hole? No. Robert,
No,
we wanna
not
fight
the
him
hole,
up
but
here.
like slide down and be ready if something comes out with his spear.
Wait a minute. Robert, up here, this is where we can fight. There's more space.
Just
If you're in the meteor hole, there's only one person who can fight through the hole.
And
That
I
would
also
be a
have
good
a
thing.
badger leg dangling.
you think abyssals eat badger?
Yes, I do.
Good. Obviously, you know more than me. Please, maybe that will work. Okay, I'll stay here, spear at the ready. If something comes from the hole, I will charge it. Hopefully, it will be far too preoccupied eating its delicacy of badger.
After his rough night with the badger.
I'm gonna pull up the leg again. And I'm gonna use prestidigitation, and I'm gonna make a very, very good smelling smell like ham.
Hey, Ren.
Yeah.
I have an idea for you.
Okay.
If the good smelling ham is halfway down the hole, then they can take it and leave and we never see them. But if you keep it up at the top of the hole where we are, they have to come all the way here.
I tied a rope to it.
Yes, but if someone takes the rope and runs away, we don't know who they are.
Wait, I'm holding the rope.
I pull my knife
fishing.
out and I cut the rope in one swoop and then put it back away.
Why? That was good badger meat.
It is. You could tie it back together, but someone else could do this too, Ren.
Oh yeah.
You now have a section of 50-foot rope and 2 sections of 25-foot rope.
What, are you sure it's just rope? 'Cause I thought I heard something else the first time around.
Roop. You got some roop. Better watch yourself. He's gonna make a beholder pop out of there.
So let's keep it up here,
I
right?
can make a small one.
All right. How? You can make like whispery voices everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you make some whispery voices down there so they may come and investigate it?
Ooh, and I can do.
Bran, you hold the ham. You hold the
But
ham.
I can't.
Very
There's
important.
no ham. You cut
Use
the
your
rope.
hand. No,
The ham's
but
gone.
the ham was up here with the rope.
No, it was down the hole, and you cut the
pulled it
rope.
up and you cast prestidigitation. And so
What is
while you're doing that, I
happening?
cut the rope.
Paprika, why?
I just pat him on the shoulder, on the closest to the shoulder I can get.
Tony Satcheries did cut the rope whenever you brought the ham badger up. And so it currently is in your hand. You're about to throw it as they cut the rope and this conversation
Okay.
happens.
This conversation never happened.
It did in
Okay.
your head.
You're like, if he does that, this is what I would say.
That's right. I hold the ham.
You have a very important job.
Badger
You're the
ham.
bait.
I'm the ham holder. Behold the ham.
So you just want whispers down at the bottom. That's easy.
Sounds good.
Okay, be ready.
Chat. What loud whispers is how making say? Whatever you say in chat is whatever these whispers are going to make sound from how. So he's going to press the digitation down at the bottom, causing whatever you say for the next 30 seconds in loud whispers to echo their way down into the tunnel to try and get people's attention. Poop! Oh my god, I sure do love this badger ham. Here, badger, badger, badger. Never gonna give you up. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Mushroom, mushroom, never gonna let you down. What do you call a short psychic escape from prison? A small, medium, at large. Ooh.
Ham
Is
badger.
one of them.
Not my beans.
Red Robin.
Yum.
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
You do not hear a yum.
Damn.
This dinner is delicious. I lost the game. Yum.
Oh, do we hear a damn after I lost the game?
Son of a bitch. Badger, 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 mushroom, clickety clackety, math rocks are shiny, and you received one ticket. Is the last call JG
Call
Wentworth.
JG Wentworth. 877 cash now. 877 cash now. This is the most chaotic
Oh,
stream
for
I think
goodness
we've done in a
sake,
while.
there's no reason for this madness. Just get up here so it will stop and snoring sounds. Right. As a stream of seemingly unintelligible whispers come from Howe's whisper mechanism, from voices not their own, young, old, all sorts, immediately start coming out from this prestidigitation at a decent volume, loud enough for them to attract something down that hall. While Howe is doing this, what is everybody doing to prepare?
I'm eating some ham.
Ren is eating ham. Badger that smells like ham. Which, by the way, I commented this in the thing. They really love badger, so I make it smell like ham. And not like badger at all. Zinnia, pepper,
Holding
I'll take my knife out.
knife out, holding sacred flame.
Yeah.
Okay. Robert holds his spear at the ready over his shield. You all wait for some bit of time. You can hear nothing but the whispers and the chewing sounds of Rin on soft badger meat. The people with dark vision, so Zinnia, Pepper, and Hal, roll a perception.
I throw the ham, what's left, down into the hole.
Come on, black dice of perception. Oh,
Your head's right in front of the... Oh, okay. What'd you get, Zinnia?
Can I
Naturally.
roll?
Nat 1.
Okay.
I thought you were saying, wait a second.
No, I think that's like my third nat one of the night. or 4th. I don't know.
I would like to roll at
Beautiful.
disadvantage.
Okay. Let me roll for how. Okay. You all stare down into the darkness, waiting for something to come up, hoping that something does. A couple minutes passed as you hold in a tense pattern here before, Ren, you throw the bone down there with just a little bit of meat, hoping to attract something, as it lands briefly right in front of the hole. Pepper, Zinnia, and Hal kind of look over at Ren almost to scold as Ren, you just kind of...
I step back away from it like, okay, fine.
In the time that all three of you look over to Ren, as Hal got a 3 plus their perception, Pepper got a 3 plus their perception, Zinnia got a 1. At the time that you all look over to Ren, you look back and suddenly the meat is no longer there and the rope is being pulled in towards the tunnel. You see the coil of rope begin to unravel and go further down into the tunnel.
Sorry, just wanted to throw the ham.
Okay.
There's something at the other end.
Rather than grabbing it, Ren says, sorry, I just wanted to throw the other hand.
I can't.
the
Wait,
rope-
can I see the rope?
Yeah,
I figured without dark vision. Oh, okay.
You see the coil up at the top, but you see
Oh,
it
then
suddenly
yeah, no, I'm
vanish
definitely
down.
grabbing the rope. Sorry.
Roll a dex save
Okay.
to see if you grab it or if it goes past your feet too quickly to where you might have to jump after it.
Let's say 13 plus 1, so a 14.
Ooh,
Oh, wait. Yeah, no, that's right.
14?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, you reach down to grab it, kind of like, hey, whoa, before your hand reaches down and it slips through your hand. You can see it actively going down the slide. If you want to catch it, people are going to have to jump after it to grab the other end of the rope. It is moving quickly. Whatever grabbed it is grabbing it and running.
I'm going to grab it.
Okay, so you dive off down to grab it?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a acrobatics.
Yay, I get a +1 to that. Oh. Well, that's a 7.
Ren, you jump headfirst to try and grab the rope there. Robert, he's got his shield out. He wouldn't drop all that to try and grab the rope, so he's just gonna watch you, basically. You all suddenly see Ren swan dive to slide down headfirst to grab this piece of rope. You go way past it, actually, at the speed that you're going sliding down here, and go headfirst into the rock down below, unless there's anything that you're doing to stop yourself. Are you firebolting again to slow your descent?
No, I'm going to do what How did and put my arms and legs out.
Okay, roll a dex save.
Oh no. Team dice, help me. Fuck. It's a 3.
You've got an inspiration, Drew.
Oh yeah, I have inspiration. I always
It's a 3
forget that I
again.
have inspiration and I don't use it. I don't think I've ever used an inspiration. Oh, sweet. That's a 10.
That's a 10. Okay. You save yourself using your inspiration to save the 2 damage that was coming towards you as you slide down and hit into
I'm
the rocks.
squishy.
But you slow your descent just enough before you see the end of the rope getting pulled over towards the inside of the tunnel. Hey, it's the Jakey boys.
Raid.
Jakey, you leave them for one day. They are currently
And
going
Ren's
down
about to die.
into a hole deep in the mountain where abyssal is scrawled everywhere and some monster is stealing the bait on the other end of the rope.
It's a monster. It's not a badger.
Not a badger.
Not a badger. As you see the rope going in through the tunnel there. Pepper, Zinnia, and How, what are you doing as you see Ren going down there? Ren, you can also
I
make a
guess I'm-
last-ditch effort, but if Pepper, you want to go for it too, you can.
I will try to surf Ren down, I guess.
Okay, you're going to try and surf down to try and grab the last of it. So you can help as best you can. So roll a dex save.
I'm gonna follow soon after Pepper.
Okay. Ren, you're currently slammed in. Oh, there you go. Ren, you kind of are crumpled up as you look back like,
20.
before you see Pepper almost surfing down the slide, grabbing just the tail end of the rope here before Pepper, you feel yourself suddenly pulled up against the hole, your legs just barely able to catch on both sides of it as you're holding the other end of this thing. It doesn't appear to be terribly strong, but it's going to take a lot of your strength to be able to pull it out. Zinnia, you're sliding down slowly afterwards before you see that Pepper is currently pulling against the rope here. Robert is staying up at the top, being that that's what was told to do. How cancels the whispers as you see a bit of purple and pink energy come to the side of his hand as he's ready to, at any moment, strike up from the top there.
Some help, Zinnia, if you can.
Of course.
Okay. Pepper and Zinnia, roll me athletics to try and pull this thing up.
Okay. Come on.
Can I pull out a torch?
Yay.
Yeah, you totally could.
15 plus 5.
That's a 15.
15 plus 5 and a 15.
No.
Cool. So somebody asked for a recap what's happened really quickly. Happy to do that. So since we started, the rest of the group made their way up to the mountains where Pepper and Zinnia were. So now Ren, Hao, and Robert are up there. Eldani chose not to try and climb a mountain as a centaur. Whoa, big surprise there, as the group has told her that they're going to go explore the mountain. So Hao said, we don't really need you right now. So assumedly she is off somewhere else. They've rested for the night, but they also found this small little hole inside where the meteor crashed from a long time ago, where they originally got that meteor. This hole seems to lead to a tunnel into a very, very deep chasm in the mountains where Pepper, or Salt, has gone through and found some abyssal writing on a wall that seems to be carved into the inside of the mountain that leads down into the mountain. Currently, Pepper and Zinnia are wrestling on a makeshift fishing-like line where there's this meaty bone on the other end of a 75-foot-long rope, where Zinnia and Pepper are pulling against this creature, trying their best to pull this thing up here. With that, Zinnia and Pepper, with your combined strength on this thing, you're able to pull yourself, pulling yourself back as best you can. You're able to kind of, with both of you, Pepper, you kind of hold it where it's at, where Zinnia, you get the actual footage back from this thing. Whatever it is, it wants this meat very, very badly because there's no hook holding it onto this. It is just holding on to whatever it is. You start to hear murmurings in a language that no one here understands, and you hear scrapes and scratches along stone as this thing seems to be trying to hold itself on the wall and the inside of this. You get much closer before, just at the end of the tunnel where it turns around the other side, Pepper and Zinnia, you see an onyx black, small creature with horrid, scaly little wings, of flesh as dark as night. Your dark vision almost makes you think for but a bit that you must be seeing something for it to be this dark. Fangs protruding over its wicked grin-like smile and tiny horns moving back behind it. Zinnia, roll me a religion check.
As Ren lights a torch.
Religion. That is a 7.
7. You have not...
It's a down under beetle.
Down under beetle. You have not seen or heard of a creature like this before, but as its eyes come with bloodshot red and black pupils, it comes into vision. It's very tiny, about half the size of you, Pepper. As it leans out, suddenly noticing that it's been seen, it lets go as Zinnia and Pepper, you both fall back from pulling against this thing as it seems to run through the other end of the tunnel.
I give chase.
It was so cute.
Pepper, you start chasing it down the tunnel?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'll follow whatever Pepper does.
Okay. So Pepper, you start crawling very easily. Zinnia, you're going to have to army crawl your way through there. You're a very large creature by comparison.
Rin yells up to the other two. They went in the hole.
I love the echo. Hal looks over at Robert. Robert looks over and says, oh, before Robert slides down, I was like, God. Also scurries up to the edge and slides down. Everybody suddenly getting to the bottom of this little meteor-like pit. Hal looks over and kind of ushers Ren and Robert to go first, but Robert has to doff his armor very quickly to even fit through this thing. Robert's a big guy. Ren, are you also following in or staying out?
I'm going last.
Okay. You all wait then for Robert to get his armor off as he puts his gear on. Robert then will start to climb through. He absolutely does have to get his gear off, and he's so big. Okay, he is able to squeeze through just barely. Followed by How, followed by Ren with the torch. Ren, you're kind of putting the torch in front of you in a closed fist as you walk to be able to see.
I'm actually gonna be quite a bit smaller because I assume How's in front of me, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna out my torch because they can see where they're going, sort of. And Ren's gonna assume a different form in the back. Just a wee bit smaller, more rat-like, and quietly traverse behind them.
Beautiful. Pepper. Zinnia, you're going to crawl.
Sorry, Ren, is it like a small obsidian with red eyes and 14?
No, it actually looks like salt.
Nice. Sorry, Ryan.
No, you're good. I saw somebody say Robert is a himbo, and yes, Robert is Chris Hemsworth in the new Ghostbusters movie. Right. Pepper, you're the only one with a possible ability to chase up after this thing. Zinnia, you're going to be at a slow crawl to get there. You're going in the right direction, but speed is not going to be your ally down here as you traverse your way through. Pepper, you go very, very quickly. As you round the corner, you see that immediate slope that goes down, and you see the back of this creature. It has a long whip-like tail with a piercing arrowhead at the end of it that turns the corner. You rush down to try and catch up after it, and in doing so, you see that long corridor that very gently slopes downward. You might be able to catch it there. You're going to have to roll a acrobatics or athletics to try and catch up to it compared to its.
John, well, in my case, acrobatics is +9.
Probably that one.
11 plus 9 is 20.
20. Sounds good. It is moving quite quickly through here, but its wings seem to be slowing it down quite a bit. It doesn't appear to be made for small.
It's got wings?
It does have wings. That was the kind of scaly skin-like wings that was described before. It's kind of almost parachuting it as it's trying to make its way through here. It has to pull its way down. As such, you are able to catch up to it right as it gets towards the exit of this thing. Are you trying to grapple it or just catch up, attack it? What are you doing?
Crap. I am...
What's the Joker?
What am I doing? I'm chasing this thing. What am I going to do now?
Right. I'm a dog. I didn't know what to do if I'd actually catch one.
I am going to attempt to grab its tail.
Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, just roll me a grapple check against it.
What do I check for grapple?
So that'll be in athletics.
So that's another 11 plus 6 is 17.
17. Beautiful. Well, you beat its 1, non-natural. As you run up and grab its tail. As soon as it exits, you actually hold on to the mouth of this hole that leads into the vast openness here, and grab its tail as it tries its best to kind of fly away. It screeches out very loudly, one seeming to be in pain from you holding its tail here, but trying to fly and get away from you. It kind of bats at you before just mostly trying to get away. You grab its tail and kind of pull it in to grab around it so that it can't fly away as you're currently grappling it, preventing it from going any further. What are you doing now? Zinnia, you hear a loud bat-like screech.
Army crawl. Well, I still have to army crawl down the tunnel, right?
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Okay.
You're a ways away still. Okay. You just hear the screech. Pepper, what are you doing now?
I'm going to try to keep it grappled while hopefully the rest of the crew arrive.
Okay. So let's see if you can roll it.
Sorry, and hopefully look around and make sure this is the only one, and there's not like 50 of them waiting to kill me.
Okay. Go ahead and try and roll to pin it, so that'll be another grapple, so if you can keep it restrained there until the rest of your crew can appear.
Ugh, that's not a pin.
What'd you get?
That's an 8.
An 8?
I could have pinned it. Yeah.
Well, I rolled a 9.
I rolled a 2 plus 8.
Minus 2, so I got a 7.
Oh.
So
Pepper the grappler.
Yeah, Pepper is such a grappler. As you barely are able to hold on to it, it tries to run away. You grab it by the wings and throw it on the ground and pin your body weight, your knees on both of its little wings here. Again, it is about half the size of you. As you put your hands around its throat, preventing it from doing much, it tries to slap at you with its razor sharp tail, but you grab it and pin it down with your other hand. And you kind of yell back at
my tail.
The rest of your tail, holds its tail. That's a better visual. Rat folk do rat folk things. It's cute. We rolled to caress the orc as you yell back down the tunnel, like, "Hurry up, come on!" As Zinnia, you kind of slide down the small little ramp that was there, and you can see a opening at the mouth of this long little stretch there as you army crawl. Rarbert tries his best to go fast, but it is going to be a slow go for Rarbert down here, meaning it's going to be a slow go for How and Ren as well. As How is like,
"Come on, buddy. If I was up there, I could have just teleported you wherever we saw. Let's get this thing moving."
As Robert's like, "I can only go so fast. My muscles are too large." As he's trying to push his way through. Zinnia, you crawl for quite a while. Pepper, roll me a perception as Zinnia's getting to you to see if you notice anything else.
You know I don't do perception.
Never. You also don't grapple,
9.
but look at you go. Looking around, even with your deep dark vision, you can't see much because it goes so far down that there could be somebody just out of view, but it begins to get almost misty down here in this deep dark, especially after the wails of this thing, though. It definitely echoed in this cavern, is all you know.
Cool. I will keep grappling until Zinnia and the rest rock up.
After about 2 more minutes, Zinnia crawling your way through, you begin to see this creature in its full form. Small demon-like head with horns that slick back like hair. Big wings for its size, each wing about the size of this small little creature with its black onyx tail and bright red eyes with dead shark-like pupils as it tries to wriggle its way free of Pepper. Not able to scream quite as loud as it once was before, as its windpipe is currently being blocked by Pepper, but still noise is coming out.
If I cast Sacred Flame, would... Oh, no, there wouldn't be a chance of me hitting Pepper because it's a dex save.
Famous last words.
Oh, no!
You gonna cast Sacred Flame on it?
But, so I'm imagining, like, it's from behind, like Pepper, it's me looking at Pepper, and then Pepper's, like, strangling.
Down on the
being.
ground.
Because
has it pinned.
Oh. Then, and the tunnel is above, or it's equally...
Yeah, so now there's, like, a small little stone platform that's maybe about... 10 feet by 20 feet on each side before it goes to a ramp that goes down. Think the zigzaggy path from Return of the King, where the kind of leaders of the Rohirrim are up at the top overlooking the army before they head off to Gondor. It's that kind of zigzaggy path that goes down before you can't see any further down into the dark.
Okay.
There's a small, like, ledge where Pepper is currently pinning this creature.
Oh, ledge? Okay, no, that seems dangy. Never mind. I'm not going to risk it on a ledge.
Okay. Zinnia comes
Any
up
help
and holds
to hold
magic
this
in her
thing
hand.
down?
Coming.
Zinnia, you rush over, kind of relieving Pepper from having to struggle to hold this thing down, and you basically step your mighty lioness weight down on both of its wings, while Pepper, you continue to hold it by the throat, trying to silence and muffle its cries. Are you two just waiting for the rest of the party?
Should I hurt it?
Rest of them.
Should I hurt it, Pepper?
I don't know if it speaks. I think we just hold it here and get everyone here and see what's going on.
I'm gonna
You
yell.
can try talking to it if you want.
Hey!
At it?
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. It tries its best to hiss back at you, but his larynx is kind of... It hisses almost angrily.
I release some of the larynx. I'm not
Before
going
you
to be horrible at that.
let it go, and it screeches again once in a bat, like...
Oh.
Let me go, lioness.
Oh, it speaks.
It speaks. It wants to get away. Let it out of you.
why should we let you go? You kind of came to our campsite.
Let me go. Let me go, or my people will kill you in your sleep. You cannot escape the dark. Let us out of here. You just let go a little bit, but not enough to where it can even like lean its head up. Just enough to where it can talk now, Pepper. Hey, look at Jason go again. Thanks, Jason.
Do you know who Ithka is?
It spits out, and you hear a small little sizzle. Not like it would hurt kind of sizzle, but definitely none of this plane kind of sizzle.
What was that D word that it said? Dacitus? Dacitus? Oh, what did it say?
It just said, my people will kill you if you...
Oh.
It will kill you in your sleep.
Oh, I thought... No, never mind. I thought the name of the people
Do
was
you know Ithka?
It spits out again at you and says, let me go, rat folk.
I apply more pressure.
Pull out my knife.
Okay. With both of you applying pressure, Pepper, roll intimidation at advantage.
I don't know how to intimidate. +2. Oh my god, this is just really... the world's have it in for me today.
Ooh.
So that's 9?
As you pull out your dagger. And
I mean, 37. Yes, 37.
Good. You pull out your dagger, and a little bit of the light from your pumpkin carving dagger shines, but all it seems to do is shine light on the sharpness of this creature's teeth and make it look a little bit more intimidating in the dark here.
Maybe where's the rest of the guys?
At about this time, Robert puts one arm out and kind of shimmies himself up like a hula hoop. He's like, I'm here, hold on. His leg kind of stuck. He reaches in to grab his pack with all of his armor clanking. It sounds like he's got a bunch of plates, like metal plates that he's pulling out of there. It makes a lot of noise as he comes out of the entrance of this little hole here. As Robert pulls himself out, How slinking up behind him. Ren, you're now about to be in vision. You can hear people talking.
I revert back.
Kind of what I figured. As you come back with a torch in your hand, the light shining behind How steps out, looks and says, okay, what do we have here? Ren and How
so
and Robert.
Cute.
Roll a religion check.
He looks hungry. Nice. What is my religion? +0? I'll take it. It's an 18.
Okay. Nobody's ever heard or seen one of these things before, but Ren, you seem to have seen one in a drawing once in a book. This seems to be an imp, but its skin is onyx black, not red.
Well, you're interesting. Are you hungry? Let him. Don't choke him. Ren's gonna pull out a piece of jerky and bring it over.
Listen to the elf. Let me free.
Well,
Not until you tell us about Ithka.
Roll a persuasion.
With advantage? I have 4 burly friends around me.
I would have said yes, but you didn't intimidate it before.
Yes, definitely don't get the charismatic person to do it.
Pretty, thank you. And Jason for the last one.
Oh,
Wow,
look
you
at
guys-
Intimidate, right?
All right.
Look at y'all go.
I know.
You're the best.
Persuasion.
14. 14. Looks up, seeing now 5 much larger creatures than it, especially Robert slowly donning his armor and getting more and more fierce, as is no longer just this armorless black dragonborn, is suddenly becoming this imposing creature. Looks at all of you. The green dragon knows that we're not here. We don't interact. That's the deal.
Are you hungry?
Yes.
I got some jerky. Here you go.
You offer the imp some jerky. Okay. Do you throw it or like reach your hand over?
I reach my hand over.
Okay. With kind of like a dog that, an untrained dog that has no disregard or no regard for safety of fingers. There are some that pull it gently. This imp does not. It goes to like gnaw at your hand to maybe get a piece of your finger as it does so. If you want to pull away, roll a dex save.
That's not nice.
I also don't try to
Nope,
stop it.
I'm missing a finger. That was a 6.
Okay. That is 4 piercing damage, and I need you to make a con saving throw.
Oh, I was being nice, you little turd.
I love the sigh.
That was a 1.
Oh, hey, props to the new Level Up Dice Kickstarter, because 2 of those D6 rolls were 6s and a 2. So not
I'm
only
glad
does
you're rolling well.
bite into your finger, taking 4 damage, you suddenly feel a huge pain shoot up your arm as you kind of feel it dangle limply there as you take 14 points of poison damage.
Ren goes over to the corner and starts crying.
Hype train, Alex. Ren pulls away.
I was just trying to be nice and he nearly bit my finger off.
Robert.
And now it hurt.
Hey, like Zinnia actually now feels bad for Ren. Hey, you asshole. I slapped it.
You slap it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Roll
Or calling it an asshole.
roll an unarmed strike to it. Why not?
I can't get my fingers.
I can't get away from the natural ones, you guys.
Oh.
Whoa.
Nat 1, huh?
I'm changing out all my dice right now.
Okay, that's a good idea. As look at Jason going with the hype train here. Oh my gosh.
127 gift subs from Jason to this channel. Just
Holy
saying.
crap, Jason, you the man. Look at Jason go.
MVP, but my fingers.
Verity, it's a train full of hype.
The train full of hype. That's all you need to know, really. Oh, we're so close to a next level up. That's amazing. Keep it going, fools. Look, Jason did a lot. Keep it going, right? As you go to slap it with a nat 1, it's gonna bite at your hand as you go to slap at it.
I don't know. I gotta.
Which connects. I need you to make a con saving throw.
All
I need to
right.
put this on
I
a
could have
button.
did shield. I'm a dumbass.
Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna grab a random d20.
People are asking to name it Charlie because it bit your finger.
Charlie bit my finger.
How Charlie? 15 with a new dice.
15. Okay, so instead you only take 5 points of piercing damage. You can feel something go through your veins, but its potency must have been lost in the bite that it did to Ren. Or Ren is just more frail than you. You're not entirely sure. As it bites its way at you, gnawing its way at the jerky and some of the skin and blood left off from both of you. It seems to kind of slide down its black onyx face there. Robert looks over at you. Ren, are you okay?
No.
Truly, are you? Let me see.
Okay.
He looks at your hand, only seeing a small puncture wound.
Doesn't
It burns.
burns.
It burns real bad.
Looks down at the creature. Robert pulls out his spear and jams it near the throat of this creature. Oh man, look at Alex with the other subs. Oh man, look at we got this hype train going.
Robert, on a scale of 0 to 41, I'm feeling about at 20.
I feel like every time I have to put my hand on my forehead, I'll have to give the sub.
Hey, Robert, you're okay with acid, right? Can you just like suck the acid out of Ren's bite?
What?
Holy what?
Is that a thing? That's the thing we do back at the Sunset Mountains. You just suck on the snake bite. Isn't that the same thing? No? Oh.
You
Look, Zinnia, get me some rope. Let me
How-
tie him up.
Okay.
as
Never
now
mind.
Robert was gonna try and be very intimidating to this creature, is very confused how is gonna kind of step up to the plate here.
Someone help me tie this thing up.
I'll help you because it's just embarrassingly now. Just no one does that. Okay.
As you take the rope that once was around the meat, both of you are going to try and hogtie this creature here. Roll a sleight of hand as Hao begins speaking to the imp.
You jerk. I gave you ham.
What?
Is that a 1?
19.
That's a 10. Thank you very much. It's a 1 + 9.
Oh, good. Yeah, definitely not a crit fail. Plus a 19. Okay, all right. You know what? Since we had two very opposite rolls here.
No. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Someone's a TikToker.
I live with teenagers, okay? So
Fair enough. Chat, high or low?
My finger. I'm gonna lose it.
Let chat decide high or low on this one. Oh no. Oh no.
no.
Gosh. I'm seeing high, low, 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 low. I'm seeing more lows than high, so we're going to go low. So rolling a d6 on a 1, 2, or 3, that's low. Beautiful. All right. So, Pepper, you're focused on keeping its neck still kind of down, so you're trying to do this with one hand. And so you see some of the rope fall before Zinnia just says, quit it, just focus on holding it down, before Zinnia ties the rest of the imp up.
I'd like to say I have 3 appendages.
Your tail is still holding the tail down.
Rin's off in the corner like, why the fuck are we down here? It doesn't know about any treasure. It doesn't know about the dragon. My finger hurts.
We haven't asked it about the treasure, Ren.
How says,
How to know?
That's a good point.
leans down and kind of holds up this very, very purple-like energy and is going to try and intimidate the little creature.
Do you know of any treasure down here? Because we would like treasure. That's pretty much what we're here for.
As Hao is going to intimidate the creature. The imp, now kind of tied up, you both let go, letting it wriggle there on the floor as it looks and says, "You've come here for the treasure. The treasure of the dragon that you speak of, correct?"
Says, yeah, just point us to that. We'll get it. We'll get out of your, well, not hair, but we'll get out of your horns.
Imp says, "Good. Then come, I'll tell you where the treasure is."
You're a dirty liar.
Hao says, see, this is not all that hard, guys. Sometimes you just gotta ask. Where's that treasure, little one?
As the imp spits right onto Hao's mask.
Okay.
My finger.
I say we just throw it over the side, hogtied.
You fucked up.
We'll find the treasure ourselves. Zinnia, throw it over.
Okay. Gonna slowly, like, make sure all the knots are tightened. Slow down, pick it up and threaten it. Is it doing anything?
It's wriggling as best it can like a pig that's hogtied, but it is currently hogtied, so not much it really can do here, and it is quite light.
I say, bye, bye, bye.
Rin's just crying in the corner.
Do you do that to a specific melody, Alex?
Bye, bye. Sure.
Oh, okay, then you get a GFY.
This is a song episode.
I'm not going to do it to you, but I really wanted to.
I'll take the GFY. It's fine.
Um,
Bye, bye, bye.
Ren.
Fair enough. There you go. Now you do get one. Now you get an earned one.
Ren, you
Yeah.
look the most by this. What do you want us to do with it?
I don't know why we don't have to kill it.
I hurt you.
Lots of things hurt me. I don't kill everything that hurts me. That's dumb. My finger hurts.
Zinnia is currently holding it like a little football.
I'll hold on to
All
it.
it wanted was food, and then we fucking attack it, and all it wanted was ham.
As
So, what do you want me to do with it?
Zinnia, as you say, okay, so what do you want me to do with it, though? You look over at Ren. Suddenly, you feel the weight fall from your hand as if it disappeared.
God.
In the dark, I need everybody to roll me a perception check. Ren, you still have the torch, correct?
Perception.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay! 22.
22.
The bad juju's gone. Oh, wait.
It's a 23, and my finger hurts.
6.
23. 6. Robert and Hal all look around, but Zinnia and Ren, you see a small spider rolling up Zinnia's shoulder, going up onto her back, and the rope fall to the ground.
I'm gonna run up and smack.
You smack the spider. Roll an unarmed strike on the spider.
It's a 0. Like I can hit it, but there's 0 damage dealt.
Wait, why?
Because of my negative strength modifier, I don't have strength enough to damage anything by punching something.
Red is so weak it can't squish a spider.
But I can still slap things.
This is another Pepper, like, oh my god.
He's
Zinnia, you turn as you see Ren just limp noodle slap, like,
just bounces off the spider.
It's one of those, like, where you slap a fly and you think, like, I totally got the fly, and you actually did get the fly, but the spider
you cupped your hand enough.
But you cupped it and it just makes a loud little as you pull away. You see, transforming back into the imp appearance, it jumps and pushes itself off of your shoulders, Zinnia, kind of sending you forward, and attempts to fly off. So since Ren and Zinnia saw it, it is attempting to fly. I'll let you do one action immediately if you want to try and hold it back, or what are you trying to do?
Sacred flame!
Okay. You just immediately turn
to
and try and light it on fire, as Ren also...
I'm gonna shove it down with my
with your
telekinesis.
mighty strength.
No, with my telekinesis is where I've got my strength. I need it to make a DC 15 strength save.
I need to make a Dex 14 save.
Okay. 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 So as it pushes off of your shoulders and attempts to fly upwards, Zinnia, you try and light the thing on fire, and you connect, but you seem to see the fire do nothing to this thing. It seems to have some sort of resistance to most magical effects, as then you instead try and slam it down into the ground before it can make its way off. But same thing, its skin seems to be resistant to the magic that you try and throw at it, Ren. As such, it is able to get a dashed full 80 feet away as it flies off over into the chasm.
Fuck off! I just point at it. Cry.
Your
There she
favorite.
goes.
There she goes again.
I need to leave, and Ren's gonna start climbing back. In
I'm just picturing
the
Tenacious D,
imp
where you're like, "Oh, the demon code forgives me." As it flies off, it goes 80 feet in the chasm before Pepper, Howe, and Robert all turn to see this imp flying off 80 feet away from the ledge that you're all currently standing on. What are you all doing? It is 80 feet away. If you have something you can do, you can try it. It flies as quick as it can to get away from all of you.
Can't do anything at 80 feet.
Well, if magic didn't work on it.
Ren is actively crawling back through the tube.
Ren, I'm imagining whimpering. I turn around. Ren, how hurt are you? Come here. Let me see.
No.
Let me just... I'm
The
gonna
thing's an asshole.
forcibly cast Cure Wounds on Ren.
Oh,
Touch
my
touch your
fingy.
foot. Touch your foot while you're crawling away. Or 8 points of health back.
Doki. My fingy still hurts, but I'm out.
Well, we definitely learned something, guys. There is a dragon treasure.
It lied. Ren's is sitting in the tube.
Hal is going to make 2 pop shots at it with his Eldritch Blast. As Hal leans back and says, all right, this is bullshit, as it shoots twice with 2 Eldritch Blasts. Jesus. You see the imp kind of, because it's this evil, devilish figure, turns towards you, and it gives 2 flips of the bird as it kind of does this barrel roll as it flies by it. And after it does so, the imp vanishes from sight.
We need to seal this hole and get the fuck out of here. It's gonna go tell its friends, and we're all gonna die. Why? This isn't the adventure I wanted, and Ren's gonna continue crawling up the tube.
Do you start? You just leave?
It's not the adventure you wanted, it's the adventure you needed.
Amen. As Ren, you start to climb into the tube, Robert grabs you by the belt of your pants and pulls you back out. Before you slide, you're like, oh no.
This is so dumb.
Robert
We're all
says,
gonna die.
We're not gonna die. The thing was tiny. We're
Yeah,
fine.
but it's got friends. It said it's gonna murder us with its friends.
You've got friends, and looks around at the rest of us.
We've got friends. We're fine.
I know fire magic, and fire magic's not gonna do diddly to that.
It's fine. If we ran every time a small little bird, rat, devil thing came across our path, we'd have a really rough time of it.
We'd be legging it everywhere.
I think this is why you guys have such trouble with things, is you don't know when to walk away.
Robert kind of looks over.
Maybe that's a good point. No. We wouldn't run away. That if this thing
It's not running
attacked you,
away. There's no
it needs to
reason for us
pay,
to
Ren.
be here.
Ren, it cannot attack you like that and go unpunished.
Yes, it can.
How?
It's fine.
Come on.
Look, it's evil.
with me here.
And
Listen,
just
I
kinda
have
looks
been
over.
hurt in love. Doesn't mean I killed the person. I've been hurt by friends. Doesn't
Look,
mean I kill them.
what's a finger bite between friends, right?
Just like a finger bite between brothers.
It's happened more. It's happened more than you know.
Then stop putting fingers where they don't belong.
I
my God.
feed people.
Like there's a place for
That
fingers,
is my
and there's a place
love
that's not for
language. I
fingers.
feed people.
I go to my pouch and I pull out some gardening level gloves and I hand them over to Ren. I said, "Put these on."
Okay,
Okay.
I'm wearing gloves.
Ren suddenly has very padded gloves, almost like rider's gloves, but definitely are for gardening to prevent thorn backlash. They're padded at the very least. It's like a tight band-aid.
All right. Now, which way did it go?
Well,
Anyone?
It seemed to fly off and then vanish.
Is this about money? I have money. We don't have to be here.
Ren, it's about knowledge. An advantage on a bad
This
foe.
isn't gonna help bring your sister back.
That's what? I don't have a sister.
What?
Not you.
Neither do I.
No, not you. You. Pepper salt. You.
No, it will help us be ready for when Ithaca comes back and tries to destroy another town.
I'm throwing it out there. I think the thing lied. It was a trap.
Wait,
We're-
it lied that it
we're-
didn't know Ithaca, or it lied that there wasn't a treasure?
I think it doesn't know about any treasure.
I think we caught it, luckily, which is a good thing, and it wanted to lie about something, so that's good. But is it worth it to come down here? I don't know.
Thank you.
I'm saying
I
that
mean,
there's definitely something here, but it's just, do we find it worth it to be here?
I will admit I haven't been this comfortable for a while.
It's nice to be home, I understand that. How about you? Looking over at Zinnia, who's kind of pondering, looking over the edge and where the imp was, angrily.
I mean, I would hate to die on this mountain, quite honestly. We barely escaped death last time. But I do agree. Our party does have a tendency to not know when to say no and when to back down. And I am a little torn. I would like to find out more information about the Green Plague. However,
That's all right. I'm torn.
All I'm saying is, if the thing said there was no interaction between the two, they never interacted. So why would it know anything more about Ithka? We have more of a chance of finding those kobolds you said that were there and talking to those kobolds than talking to this thing that nearly bit off my fucking hand.
Robert picks up some of the stamped out logs of fire, still hot, and just kind of scatters them around here. Just trying to get his bearings.
Does that kind of creature strike you as requiring logs of fire?
No. That's a good point.
Mm.
What else was down here?
I'll search the campsite.
Okay, roll a investigation.
Dun, dun, dun. That's better. That's a 13 plus 2 is 15.
15. There is a piece of flint down here that's kind of buried next to it, seeming to be covered in some of the ashes that started this fire. So whatever started it didn't have innate fire capabilities. And as you look around the camp trying to see what's up as the rest of the party talks and discusses whether they're going to stay or whether they're going to go, you notice it seems to have been buried under a bit of dirt, as if scuffled away quickly. You find a small piece of silver, 1 silver coin, left here seemingly by accident.
Huh. Silver coin, guys.
I'm gonna step up and look at it. Can we tell how old it is? If it's like an out of print coin, I don't know how currency works.
Roll a history check.
3, 10.
10. It is a coin belonging to somebody's wanting a point of inspiration, and look at the big boy.
Oh,
You already have a point, or else I'd give it to you. But hi, Loki.
I actually don't have a point. I used it.
Oh, that's true. Well, there you go. You get a point. That's the rule. Them's the rules.
Loki.
No, big Loki. I'm so surprised. It's such a big dog. He's so calm, just getting picked up like that. The coin looks to be of Elfinvale make. The problem with that is Elfinvale has existed for a long time, so you're not certain if it's new or old. It's covered in dirt and grime, but that could be recently having been found in the dirt. Little big boy. Lick him. Give him a good lick.
Any other clues that maybe Pepper missed?
You want to roll an investigation on that?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it. Loki likes a good cuddle.
Does.
Investigate. 12.
12. You look around trying your best to find anything that Pepper might have missed, but Pepper seemed to have been pretty thorough here. There's not much on this ledge, not a lot of area to look after. There is the pathway that leads down further from this ledge.
Well, I mean, Oh, we got interrupted during our rest, right? It's like middle of the
We
night.
did.
It was towards the end. You've definitely still gotten a full rest out of it.
Oh. I mean, if you guys are down to start your adventure super early in the day, going down this dark ass tunnel, fine with me. I feel rested enough.
Like, I feel like this is probably not the way to the Horde.
What other ways are there?
Oh, just reconsidering it, this hole was linked by a meteor. I'm sure that Ithaca must have had a different way to get to the treasure hoard, right? Before the meteor arrived.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Good point, good point.
I guess we'll head back up.
Yeah. I don't really.
Might calm Ren down a little bit as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hal looks around one final time, trying to get his bearings.
All right then, after you.
Hal also, like you, Pepper, seems to be very comfortable down here in this deep, dark underground. Although still technically above sea level from where you're at because you're on a mountain, but still
Yep.
underground.
I noticed that, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Cool. I won't say anything at the moment.
Robert then
All right, let's head back up, guys.
kind of reluctantly undoes the armor, slings it back over on a small piece of rope, and offers to crawl through if everybody's wanting to go back. Okay. Robert's going to go ahead and start the crawl. Again.
No, Robert. Let us go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I make sure I'm first in the hole.
Pepper, you start crawling your way out of there. Who's following Pepper?
I will.
Ren, you also crawl behind, still torch in hand, which is enough light for Robert to be able to see, so he's going to follow you. With a very high roll, this time he knows the way and knows where the spots are. He's able to get through easier than he did last time. Not easy by any means, but easier. Zinnia and Hao are left.
I'll be last.
Okay. Hal looks back and offers, but you say no. As he begins crawling through the hole best he can as well. Seems to also have a good ability for climbing in deep, dark spaces like this. As Zinnia, you bring up the rear behind everybody else. Pepper, you basically walk out of here. You're very, very quick to get to the other end of the tunnel. Ren, you follow behind. Robert, not too far away from you, mostly staying behind for Robert to be able to see. His metal armor clanks through the small little tunnel that goes down through here. Hal crawls his way through. You hear a couple as a rock sticks into him from the side. Zinnia, roll me a perception check.
Natural one.
Sounds good. As you are last behind, you're last to take a look down the long corridor. The darkness of it all covers your vision before you follow your way back up the incline as everybody slowly makes their way out of the small, thin tunnel into where the meteor crashed down into the small cone-like hole in the cave. Robert starts to don his armor once more.
Right then, if we're not staying there, where are we going? What are we looking for?
Back up and we'll try to find other exits to the cave.
Sure. Robert's going to try and athletics his way and brute force his climb up. Which he actually does. Good for him. Even with his heavy armor, he basically uses his weight to army slide up this steep incline there, followed by Hao, who's going to try and do the same thing. Hao tries to be a little bit more quick on his feet and walk up, but finds himself sliding down. He tries it a few before he tries to climb. Hao is not getting any purchase to get out of this thing here, but eventually Robert gets to the top, and Pepper, you're also able to go quickly enough, so he asks for the rope back. Robert says, hold on, throws it back down. Ren, briefly, you think snake, but you have your torch on you, so you grab the other end and let yourself be pulled up, followed by Zinnia, everyone getting their way out of this small meteor-like hole here. You find yourselves at the mouth of the cave. It's now just morning. The sun is rising. You can see a red dawn approaches you. Getting a bit colder, a little bit each day. You're starting to feel, especially this high up, that it is quite cold on this mountaintop here. From the plateau where Ithka once laid their nest, you might be able to get a better vantage point, but you all currently reside in the cave. What are we doing?
Is there any other... Can the cave go any deeper?
The cave is basically this small mouth that seems to exist almost purely because of the meteor-like strike. So you pretty much have seen all of it.
Okay. I'm out of ideas for the treasure, guys.
The plateau. How do we get to it?
It's right outside the mouth of the cave. It's 15 feet and you'd be there.
Okay. I'm gonna stand at the edge, not at the edge, but on the plateau close to the edge. Take a deep breath of the morning dewy air and kind of maybe like look around, maybe see if there's any footholds maybe that Ithka could have gotten onto in her human form.
Okay. Sounds good. So Jackie walks out and begins... sorry, Zania walks out. Jackie walks out and she's like, what the hell am I doing here? Zania walks out and begins looking around, trying to find somewhere else that you might have been able to perch. Go ahead and roll me a perception.
That is a 16.
16. Looking around, you're at the base of a decently large mountain range. At this plateau here, you're not seeing any other place where treasure might have been kept. However, going halfway down the mountain, you would find yourself going up to an even taller perch towards the north. You're just on the southernmost mountain. Being how easy it was for you all to climb this, you're not even on a very tall one, but it's because Ithka, being a green dragon, would have hunted in the forest more than anything. Didn't necessarily need a very tall peak to stay at.
Pepper. Come here. Can I have your opinion on something?
For sure, hun.
So right there, do you see that? And I point out the one you just described. What do you think of that?
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm sure I could go have a quick look.
I feel like that looks like the most potential right now. Yeah. Unless there's something above we can't see, but does where the meteor went and then the crawl space and the next perch, does that go in the general same direction?
Sorry, clarify what you're asking?
So like the meteor slide and then the hallway and then the opening up where the imp was.
Uh-huh.
And then the next perch that I see up, is that in the same general direction?
No, the meteor seemed to have come more straight down from the sky rather than like being shot towards them. It seems to have been a straight fall.
Got it. Yeah, that just seems like the most interesting.
It's not that far away. It should take me a couple minutes to go check it out and come back.
Okay, but let us know if anything happens and we'll be there as fast as we can.
Take you maybe about going down the mountain and up, but you don't really have to slow down. Probably about half an hour to get there, half an hour to get back.
Got you.
Being because you're a rat folk.
Okay, so just quickly then, I have an idea. You know how you can you used to send messages to Robert?
Mhm.
How long do I have to reply if you sent me a message?
I believe. Can answer in a like manner immediately. It has to be immediately.
Oh, so I can't wait.
Yeah.
All right, well, it should take me about 50 minutes to get up there and then 15 to get back. So how about you message me in 15?
30 to get there and 30 to get back.
Oh, I can count. 15 down under minutes, 30
there
odd minutes.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, and then be careful with Ren's breakfast cooking.
Oh, right. And then my tummy rumbles. Reminds me.
Bathroom break, hold on.
I hold her hand. Please be safe.
Do my best.
Okay. Hug.
I give her a quick hug. Kind of slightly uncomfortable, but you're getting used to it, and then quickly scurry off.
How goes and sits on the edge of the plateau there, just to be on a little bit of silence and think on the whispers and kind of contemplate what to do next as Ren, Robert, and Zinnia stand looking at Pepper, beginning to head to the north to the next mountain in the long range of mountains. Pepper, roll me a survival check.
Okay. I guess I won't go to the back. Survival of the fittest. What is my survival? +1. Big roll. Nope. That's a 5.
Big money, no whammies, right.
Just not having rolls today. Unbelievable.
As you go further down the mountain, because you have to go down before you can go up the other one, it starts to become very, very foggy. Being that it's kind of just morning dew and fog rolling over and in between the mountains. Some of the clouds even slowly touching the tops of them. Once you get down into the fog, you kind of lose your way for a little bit. You think you're heading on a straight line, but you find yourself kind of having veered off to the right by the time you exit the fog. This doesn't really cause you any problems other than it delays your ability to get over there by probably about 10 minutes or so. So you're only going to be about halfway up the other mountain before Zinnia is going to be contacting you with the sending spell. But you notice immediately, halfway up this other mountain, you're at the height of Ithka's mountain. Definitely had a great perch to be able to see down into the forest, but this other mountain is quite a bit taller and quite a bit steeper. Not a problem for you as a rat folk, being that your climbing speed equals the other. However, you start to feel it get colder as you go, and as you're going up, you start to see a few flakes of snow begin to fall. Not a lot to cause any compacted snow on here yet, but snow is beginning to fall as you get further up. And you start to see what you thought were white rocks at the peak of this mountain beginning to turn white with a bit of snow and ice. As you're about halfway up this, Zinnia, you think it's about time that you should call Pepper. Also, Heavenly asked, does he have nipples? Who are you asking has nipples?
They're asking Robert, but I would say no because, they're not mammalian.
Yeah, they don't got the
mammary glands.
Yeah, they don't got that. He is a scaled creature, all scales.
All scales all the day.
All scales all day, baby.
I'm gonna focus as I'm looking over, even though I probably can't see her anymore. Hey, Pepper, how you doing? That's it.
Just gonna send the 5. Cool. She explained how the spell worked to you, so you have, you know the words.
Doing okay. Took a little bit longer. I don't think this is a good idea, heading back.
Okay. You relay the information to your party. How, seeming to pace back and forth on the plateau edge here, Ren and Robert. Ren, you're kind of cooking up a basic breakfast with the materials on hand. Robert keeps saying, like, no, these conies are good. You can definitely... So you're like, no, I will not use them. They have to be fresh, man. Seriously, that's disgusting. As
I mean, I would be nice and cook them for Robert to eat, but I'm not eating them.
You basically have a small bit of veggie broth and a few mushrooms that you were creating a small little breakfast, almost, what's the, like a miso soup, where it's not much sustenance to it at all. But when you give everybody else their bowls, you slice up some of the conies and add them in there, as Robert has miso and rabbit soup to start the morning. Doesn't sound appetizing to you at all, but to Robert, sounds perfectly fine. As he begins chowing down and sipping on it. Go ahead.
I guess I'll use prestidigitation to make it taste fresher.
As he's eating the soup, he's like, tastes a bit gamey. Before you are like, it's because I forgot to add the spice. You don't have anything in your hand, but you let stuff come out of your hand and make it look like salt is pouring down into it. But really, you're magically just making it taste like fresh coney. So he goes,
see, you should try this. Truly, as good as the day I would have cooked it.
Yeah, thank you.
Zinnia, true.
Offers it to everybody.
My tummy still hurts from last night. I think I'm okay.
I think this is a remedy to it, but I understand.
As begins sipping away at it. Hao seems to not join the group, but begins just kind of pondering things. You see him kind of like snapping his fingers, thinking, tapping his head quite a lot. Before about another half hour passes by when Pepper rejoins the group. It's no longer this red dawn. It's now sun is rising on the morning. You all feel a cold breeze coming from the north. Pepper, you know exactly why it's cold, as it's bouncing off of the cold mountains and the snow that begins to pour in this end of fall, beginning of winter time. Before you rejoin the group.
Lots of snow, guys. It's getting cold. I don't think going further up the mountains is a good decision right now.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
So option B?
What is option B?
Ren? Your town?
I don't have a town. But we could go to where Zinnia's from.
Oh.
Oh, what you talking about? Where your tutor was?
Oh yes, that place. We should go there.
You haven't forgotten the name of where your tutor was.
Never.
The city estate of, was it Kern?
Yes.
Hal also kind of snaps his finger, getting what Pepper was doing there, wanting to see Ren try and name it. Hal's like, oh,
It would have been funny.
as Ren's like, oh yes, Kern, for I am familiar.
The great place of Kern.
I think that bite's getting to your head a little bit.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds like Kern it is.
I got one of those crying headaches, you know when you cry too much and then you just get a headache.
Do you want a hug?
Yeah.
Come in. Head on the
Okay.
shoulder. Pat. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh my god.
Pepper face palms as Zinnia and Robert, the caring people, are like, what's going on? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Hal looks over to Pepper like,
Okay, this is gonna take a while, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right, well, if we're gonna go to Kern, we have just a few options as far as travel goes.
and for the stream to recognize and see, I'm going to put the map up there as well.
We could take the northern route, go through Queenstown and Eckerall to get to the city-state, or if you want to stay in Elfinville, you can catch a boat. If we go all the way through, down to Axfall or Old Man's Nose, I wouldn't dare go to Golden Leaf. I don't know them. But that's really it. Unless you know somebody who can teleport us there, then we can do that.
Yeah, don't. And then Ren was about to say, "Don't you know that?" And then just stops.
Well, what do you mean? Don't you know what? They could help us here.
Yeah, then. Nah, it's not a friend. I
Fine then.
forgot.
So Queenstown, hey?
Boat or Queenstown?
I like boats.
Definitely Queenstown.
Okay.
Queenstown it is. Zinnia, Robert?
Yeah, Queenstown seems like the best. I don't know any aquatic people that could help.
There is detailed conversation going on in chat as to how Robert's kin would lay eggs and why they don't have nipples.
Oh,
See what you're
my.
missing out, YouTube?
Right. Which, by the way, for next week, we actually tried to set it up this week, but there was something that went wrong. A little preview, I guess, for next week. Highlighted messages are going to start showing up down at the bottom left over there, which is a good reason to use your LUD points. So if there's something you want to show, it'll show probably the last few highlighted messages on there. So people in YouTube will be able to see it. So you could say, "Hi, Mom, I'm on TV," if you highlight your message or whatever. And that'll be
Also
on
a
there,
good
so.
way for how to see things from the god of chat.
Exactly. We're probably going to start making it so How mostly sees highlighted messages. Otherwise, there's just a jumble of things going on in his mind all the time. So a good reason to use highlighted messages on Twitch.
Not right now, next week.
Yeah, next week. This one it doesn't have.
Don't waste your points right now.
So I can put all my puns on there. Yeah, that's what Bobo's going to use their puns for. Drakowin has 100,000 points apparently, so they can pretty much only type in highlighted messages if they want.
Dang.
Right?
You cash them in all right now, Draco, and I say you can come be a guest.
Right. So continuing from there, Robert says,
Well, I had planned to go through Queenstown when I was going to try and meet you all in Novigrad. So I had semi-planned a route. I planned that we could take one of the rivers going through here, the Tameless Rapids. We could walk right along it without getting in, obviously. Very dangerous, those rapids. But should be able to make it there.
Sounds like a great idea, Robert.
Right. Well, then to Queenstown, and then hopefully to the city-state of Karn.
Okie dokie.
beautiful.
You guys know best.
As the plan is to go to Queenstown, you need to get off of this mountain and head north, following along the forest path along the river there. Now, you can either go south down the mountain and cross over so that you can go on the right side of the rapids, or you can just head off the mountains to the north and follow up the left side. Eventually, you will have to cross the river. It's just whether you want to do it on a bridge by going back a little bit to go forward, or just go forward and eventually try and cross the river.
You know what's gonna happen, like outside of game, is that the little infernal people are gonna go attack Ashburn, and it's gonna be our fault because we riled them up, and it's just one like everywhere we go, man.
It was the party that caused the star spear to attack the.
Oh, no.
Technically, the sun spear is a star spear. It's one of many.
Sure.
All right, we head north.
Yeah. Although, I'm sorry, someone said something about rapids. How far up do the rapids go?
Quite a ways. We will have to traverse them at some point. But we'll get there when we get there.
They
Do you
don't
think? Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, they don't reach all the way to Queenstown, do they? Can we cross the river by Queenstown, or is it all rapids all the way?
No, they stop in Elfinvale, but then we go to Queenstown after. The mountains that cause the rapids are almost the border.
Okay. All right.
I've actually, before I left,
Robert pulls out the map, basically, that I've been showing you, as that is a map that belongs to the Adventurers Guild. It is property of the Adventurers Guild and made by those in the Adventurers Guild and updated quite frequently. So Robert says, I
procured one as I did not know the way to Novigrad, and so I had to get one, and they had a spare. So I have one.
Oh, that's so great. You know what's interesting is that I was looking at an old one back maybe, I don't know how many weeks, days ago, but the city-state of Kern was actually called the city-state of Mur at one point in time, and it changed somewhere.
Everybody roll a history check on that, besides Robert, because he never left the Scorch.
And now I roll well.
9.
17.
17, 9.
18.
18. Hal also got 18. So everyone save Zinnia, which is why Zinnia's like, it was called Myrrh, right? Ren, Pepper, Hal all know it was called Myrrh once, but over around 100 years ago, during the War of the Gods, when all the Koracrucians were doing resurrection things and the Unwilling started attacking, the city-state almost got destroyed in the war, and as such, it was renamed and under new management, as it once was a hive of scum and villainy and drugs and illegal trading, which they have since definitely cracked down on, and there is definitely none no more.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Rebranding, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. Under new management. So you know the origin of the name change and why your map might have been different.
That's an old map you have there, Zinnia.
Oh yeah, I'm just not gonna give myself another GFY. I'm just gonna shut up.
If you were
What's a
to give
GFY?
yourself a GFY,
Oh, I just some it was like the Red Wagon Inn located in Google, Dereve.
yeah, you definitely would have got one. I'll put the new one on there. I thought I had the newest one. Beautiful. I think that was the one I gave y'all before we started the campaign, and I updated it to be like, oh, it's actually 100 years past when this happened. Right. So, Robert says,
Okay, honestly, I have a map, but I'm not exactly versed in reading one. I just know there was a river and I was following it. Is anybody better than me?
I
walk over and I turn the map around 180 degrees.
Oh. I thought we were at the northern edge of the world.
Do you think the horse lady ever found what she was looking for with the hunting?
What do you mean, Ren? We sent her away. We went down the hole.
I thought she was waiting for us.
No,
Oh, you-
Hal went down
Yeah.
and told her to go, and we went down the hole.
Oh, okay.
And you went and came back with some badges.
If not, I totally told her the wrong thing.
Oh, no worries. I can read a map though.
Well, here, try it.
he hands you over the map. So with that,
That's a map.
you can definitely lead along with the survival check if you want to head north.
Okie dokie. Nice. I'll take it. That's a 22.
Solid. And with the map, your DC was far lower. You immediately think, hold on. You look down and out. You move to the edge of the plateau there to try and get a vantage point as you look. You see breaks in trees seemingly a few miles off from where you're at, but all signs of there being a river point there. And the 22, as you're looking at the river, you spot something large and shiny near the edge of it. Large
There's
enough
something large and shiny.
to where miles off it catches your eye.
Miles over there.
It catches
Something- There's something shiny that away. And I'm going to use minor illusion to make an arrow point towards where.
A actual floating like bow-like arrow aims that direction because
Mhm.
yield.
Oh,
Is that the direction we're going, Ren?
It's northeast. You could skip that and head more directly north, but it is in the general direction.
It's in the general direction of where we're going.
Is that what you would classify as adventure?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
you sure?
Listen, what happened down there could have been adventure, yes, but it bit my finger and I didn't like it.
Yeah, but adventure usually bites something, and luckily it's just your finger this time.
Truly, you made it out right, friend.
As Robert kind of pats you in the back.
I trip over a stick.
Oh, good. I'm
The
sorry.
stick bit my toe.
No,
Robert.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, I was going to say Robert's about to leave you if that was the case, but no, he does have sympathy then. He pulls you back up and pats off the dirt on you and says,
Fun. Come. North we travel. Lead on, Ren. Wood elf. Makes sense that you would know the way.
Yep. And Ren's just gonna...
Yep. Ren heads off down the northeastern side of the mountain, leading everyone towards the shiny spot near the river. How, as everyone kind of packs their stuff, How seems to be lost in thought, and Zinnia catches in before saying, hey, come on. How's like,
Sorry.
before heading on over with the rest of the group, catching up and heading down the mountain. this time is not so much a path with a few cliffs that lead up there. This is one climb down a mountain. Pepper has no problems with it, but it is more lots of small ledges, lots of big rocks that lead down. So rather than being one cliff, this is one large sloped mountain. More dangerous, but easier to climb. So I need everybody to make some athletics to climb their way down.
Whenever possible, Ryan, can I have my tail help them and maybe give them advantage?
Yeah, I'd probably say you could help one person continuously.
Critical fail.
I'll help Zinnia. I was already in my head. I didn't even
Alex,
think about
you get
the
a point
response.
for staying in character. Literally hearing like, if you don't help me, I'm gonna die. I hope Zinnia. Yeah, you get a point, Alex, of inspo. Way to stay in character.
Amazing.
Zinnia, go ahead and roll your athletics.
Great, that's 19. Plus 5, 24.
Okay, so with 24 and Pepper able to go
Big
pretty
part,
easily, Robert and Zinnia start climbing down. Pepper, you show them where to go. Mostly because, Pepper, you want to help your friends out here, the people you care most about. Ren and Hao are kind of helping each other out here down on this little pathway, as there's this small little ledge down below you that you're like, they seem to have it. The difficult ledge is where Zinnia and Robert are currently at and climbing down. So you go to help them, like with your tail, to slowly let them go down before Ren or Hao says,
Hey, come here. Come take a look at this. I think there's a way down over here.
and before you're like, where? Before there's another stick that you trip onto, knocking both you and Hao, because he also rolled in that one.
Yes.
Tumbling
Now
down the
it's
steep
just gonna be
cliffs of
me
the
and
mountain.
Jakey's characters dying over and over and over.
What is it with cliffs and you all deciding, this is when I should roll ones? This is when I should do it. The ultimate BBEG is just going to say like, all right, guys, let's go bungee jumping.
I'm about it.
This is the most used image I've ever used.
Right. Roll a strength save, Ren and Hao, to see if you can catch yourself on any sort of ledge at any point.
Critical fail.
And Ren got a 7, or Hao got a 7. So, what we're going to do is you're going to take damage until you are able to catch yourself on a ledge.
Okay.
So, the first bit...
You have feather for it.
Oh yeah, I do, but this is good. This is great.
You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, you and Hao.
All right.
But me
And how?
and Hao.
And Felicia, save me.
As you need another strength save.
Brian, other Woody, it would really suck if Jakey's character dies when he isn't even here.
What'd you get, Ren?
Oh no.
I got that one!
I'm just gonna keep this picture up for the rest of the adventure.
Give me a second. I have to see what spells he has.
Can I use a reaction as I'm falling and smacking into things?
Yeah.
Can I use Featherfall on Hao?
So, here's what happens.
At least
before you
his
do on
character
Hao,
won't die.
because Hao definitely tries to do something here. So give me just a second. Because he does have a spell that you can try and help out with here. I want to just see. Okay, so it's. I just got to see. Okay.
Oh wait, it can be used on more than one person. Okay.
Yeah, Feather Falls. I think it's 2, and then you
5.
increase it by level. Oh, it's 5. Okay.
Yep.
So before you do that, how instinctually thunder steps you back to the ledge where you both went, which is very good.
Blood trickles down my forehead.
After you both took extra damage, so that's another 8 damage. So 18 total thus far. As How thunder steps you up.
Got a bloody nose, blood trickling down my forehead.
Slam up to the ledge as
Go
Zinnia
down and be done with
and
it.
everyone are like, oh my god, what happened? Before suddenly they poof, back up. Falling,
What?
as he's doing this as best he can, you both still need to make a strength save to land on the ledge.
It's an 18.
Okay, it's a 13.
17, actually.
It's a 13
I-
from How.
So there's in the air, and I'm kind of like, they went back up. Like,
You'll think briefly, oh no, we lost them, before a loud cuckoo as they both slam in, both about to fall off the ledge, but Ren grabs onto the ledge and grabbing onto How with 0 strength in his arm, holding How, pretty much purely just locking dead his arm, not allowing How to fall. Robert, Zinnia, and Pepper, you see them dangling there. It'd be good to get down and help them as quickly as possible.
All right.
wait, they're below us?
Yeah. They're like 15 feet below you.
All right. I Mary Poppins down.
Pepper, you quickly go on down with your tail, getting onto the ledge and reaching over to help Ren up. With Ren's current 18 and How's ability to hang on, you're able to pull them up as Zinnia and Robert climb their way down to this ledge. Ren,
Can we just sleep this week away?
your pinky is backwards at this point,
My
dislocated
fingy!
in a horrible spot. Not the same one, but on the same hand. As How's
Did you keep it in the glove at least?
I don't know.
As the skin on How's leg, he has a large flap dangling off of his thigh as he.
Why?
I hate cliffs. I don't know if you hate cliffs, but I hate cliffs.
I hate everything. I hate
bad.
little demons. I hate cliffs.
Robert looks down and says,
We're currently halfway up and halfway down. We cannot
Carry
stop on
me,
this
Robert.
ledge. I can try.
I hold on, Robert. I open up my pouch, and I pull out a couple of platoons.
You mean pittance?
Yep. Stick them in the wall, tie a rope to it, and then drop the rope down.
What's the rope?
That's what they're called. I don't get the joke.
Pitons?
Yeah.
Pittance.
What, I forget what the actual bad name was. I thought Pitten was the bad name.
I don't know.
It is.
I'm a
He's
different
trying to-
I pit in the wall.
as Pepper pittons onto the wall, slamming it in there with the back of the knife, trying to get it in, tying a rope. With sleight of handing, you can get 100 feet of rope to get down the vast majority of the rest of the treacherous way. But I do need 2 sleight of hand checks to tie the 50-foot and then the 25 and the 25 feet of rope.
I will roll them at the same time.
Okay. The pythons.
Amazing. My God.
It is Piton.
2, a 9, and
So you
Wait.
can add 9 to that. So it's an 11 and an 18. Thank
you
God.
need one more because no, you're right. I was dumb. 11 and 18 sounds good. You're certain that the 50-foot connected to the 25 will definitely hold. The other one, you're like, it's pretty good. As long as they don't fall and need it, it should be all right. As the Pitten stands there, you're probably going to lose the Pitten unless you come back up and grab it, though, which is
That's
easy
fine.
for you. Yeah.
Ren looks like shit. Like a black eye, blood running
Bloody
down
nose.
his forehead, bloody nose.
Backwards
Pinky
So,
pinky.
is
so
just
Ren-
completely backward.
This is a rope. When you go down, use it to help with your body weight.
Fuck this shit. Feather fall on all of us. And I'm running.
Do you jump and like flying squirrel off?
Yes. I'm done.
Fuck this, man. As you can see, the tears fall from Ren as slowly flying squirrel glides
They're like
down.
flying up because he's.
Yeah, they're too light. They just fly upwards. As How just jumps in place to make sure it's affecting him as well, and slowly comes down and says, holding his leg, jumps off and does like a cannonball, same thing, diagonally goes downwards.
Robert says, good idea with the rope, but I guess magic does good.
I pull out the piton and jump down.
Add it back in. Do you jump in the feather folly way or climb your way down?
You know what? I don't trust this feather fall stuff. I'm gonna climb my way down.
Kinda, I didn't figure Pepper would. Zinnia?
It was
You
Ren
still
that
got my
cast
tail
it.
if you want, Zinnia.
Yeah, so I'm kind of I'll climb down, but not as cautiously.
Okay. You feel yourself being very light. You basically, almost like when you're in a swimming pool, you just kind of push yourself downwards. Robert looks and seeing you do that. Of course, Robert wants to try it though, as it can for sure affect 5 people, correct?
Yes.
Just making sure.
4.
As this is going to be really bad for Robert if he doesn't. He's about to swan dive in.
Is it 5? Are we sure?
Yes.
As Robert goes to do like a dive, but because of the way he does it, because of how Featherfall works, he doesn't actually like tip over at all. So he's just looking like this straight up the whole time instead of like down like he had planned to. So it just looks like he's praying as he falls down. So it looks like he's not very confident, but he is. He was trying to believe in you as Ren's tears fly upwards. Followed by How's blood dripping upwards and Robert praying following you as Pepper and Zinnia look at the sight as they fly their way down the mountain. Zinnia and Pepper then walk the rest of the way after they get down the hard cliff ledge face there. Eventually, Ren, How, and Robert reach the limits of Featherfall and get to where the ground starts to slowly slope outwards. It took y'all maybe about 45 minutes at the slow climb that you were going to get down from here. Again, you weren't at a terribly high mountain, and you had Pepper to kind of help guide you as an atomic bomb blows up.
Wrong one.
When we get to the bottom, Ren's gonna break his finger back into place.
Ooh, roll a medicine check.
Fuck. Fuck.
At
It's a 7.
At
It's a
advantage
7.
for a
I
reason
thought
that
it was
you
a
know.
1. I thought it was a 1. I was so scared. Okay, so that's an 8. And that's a 19, so that's a 20, dirty 20.
Just to yourself quickly, you make it very easy for your finger to pop right back into place as you... For How comes over, looking at you, as he just kind of quickly bandages up his leg best he can with some loose
We
band-aids.
look like shit, dude.
Yeah, I don't want to climb mountains or cliffs anymore. It's not prudent. I don't like it. I was warned about them, but I didn't listen. I should have.
As Robert comes over, it's just like, that was so good. Oh, that was so good. Oh my God. As Pepper and Zinnia approach to Robert, gushing over the ability to fly like that. He's like, I totally get why my kin would do this. This is so good. Oh my God.
Yeah, it only lasts for a minute, so he better hurry up.
No, yeah, you're all down and on the ground. At this
Okay.
point, yeah. Ren, you have now kind of patched yourself up. You're all back together. Eventually, you'll kind of calm Robert down from asking to do it again. As
Robert says, fine. Lead on, Ren. Take us to the spot you saw. Maybe it's the treasure.
Okay.
roll me a survival again now that you're at the base of the forest.
With my limp.
You go to point at it as your finger dangles.
21.
You know exactly where you're at. You can You can almost smell the humidity in the air from the river. Pick up some. All right, you know where to go. You begin trotting off into the forest, looking more at the map than you are ahead of you. Almost instinctually, you duck under branches that other people are afraid that you're about to hit your head on, but you're quite good at this as you slide your way under and make your way through the forest. Everybody else follows along with Ren. A wood elf that he is quite capable of making his way through this forest at ease. But it is still a difficult terrain. It is a thick forest for all of you, so it does slow you down a little bit. It takes you from the probably about 2 miles away that you saw the river was. It seems to take you about an hour to get there through the small brambles and everything that you have to go through. It's rough going. But you start to hear the rushing sound of water in the distance. It's faint, but it's there. As you hear it, everybody roll me a perception check.
I'm tired of rolling dice.
15.
Oh, you guys can't see it. 4.
4, 15.
16.
16. Okay. Ren and Zania, as Ren, you kind of stop and look. Since Zania had the map, you kind of point out, like, okay, we should be seeing the river here, and you point upwards. And as you point through the trees, as Pepper, Robert, and How are gathering themselves, continuing to move on, and helping Robert get his boot out of a thorny bramble, you begin to see shiny, almost a chrome-like appearance ahead of you. A lot of sunlight reflecting off of the north, nearby the river.
Ren's gonna take off their pack, open it up, start pulling out this mechanism, and Ren's gonna, and the string goes across, and Ren's pulling out the light crossbow that they have. Like, I've had enough of this fucking place today.
Start rearing back to pull the...
I'm about to die. And I am ready now.
Zania, you
I
also
looked
see
at
this
Zania,
large
I'm
chrome
kinda just
thing.
like, did we do the right thing?
I mean, we're stuck with them, so.
Damn.
You say, like, we're stuck with them, as you see How down on the ground trying to help get Robert's boot out of the thorns, as he's like, seriously, you have to actually pull a little bit. It can't be all me, you big ass dragonborn. As he's like, I am trying to pull his foot out of there.
You know, you can't choose family in some ways. Anyways.
It's the best quote from chat. I don't kill everything that hurts me. Maybe about to change. I feel like Ren is about to kill the mountain.
Stupid mountain.
Nat
You
20.
see this bolt just land into the mountain.
A geyser forms.
Oh.
The chrome thing, I guess I'll just hold Sacred Flame for now.
As both you and Ren ready your weaponry, the others kind of catch on, slowly seeing them look at something to the north. Pepper, once they all pointed out, you all get to where you can see kind of a better view. And that large chrome thing, it seems to be spread out over a large distance. And as you kind of get between some of the trees to get a better look at it, it's still quite distant, but what you see is the trees around you seem to be made entirely of metal and chrome. An entire front of the forest appears to be chrome. Which we'll pause right there, as that is going to be time for the night, and we'll continue next time on the Red Wagon Inn. So we got to figure out what that chrome forest is all about, and some ancient viewers of Loreforge probably already know what that is about, because we invented something like this a long time ago, but it's just
shit.
discussed.
Oh no.
Drew remembers now.
What,
Oh no.
whatever it is,
We must leave.
all I
You
can
brought us
think-
here, Red.
We must go.
I mean,
Across the Delaware, we must go.
What are you saying, Jackie?
No, whatever it is, all I can think of is future.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's the look.
Shiny.
If you haven't done so yet, make sure you're following and do !Lud so you can win those dice from Drew. We got that off to Celestia set.
!Lud, lud, 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 lud.
Glug, glug, glug.
Glug, glug, glug. That's what I'm going to be doing after the new.
Art chat.
Getting down to booze.
Wait, I can't go look at it just yet because we got other things up. Wait, there's a pinup Robert art already? Yo, we're talking about that like right before the break. How did that happen?
Luckily, I can go look.
No, I can look at it on my phone, which make sure you do that !Lud.
Damn.
Wow.
Is it under arts and crafts?
Yes, at 7:55 p.m.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh.
Way to go, Heavenly Aristocratic. Absolutely kilting it.
What are you doing?
Please finish that up so that we can throw it on on here next time for people to see Robert as he should be seen.
Yeah, hot damn. All right. Okay. I'm gonna close entries.
Close it up.
I'm gonna do it. Oh wait, hold on. For some reason, I had already closed entries. Try it one more time. We've got 15 seconds.
Did you reopen it? What?
Yeah, I did. I reopened it.
Wait, everybody
Apparently
still
I
has
had-
their old entries, right?
Yeah, all the
Okay,
old
cool,
entries
cool,
are
cool.
still in there. It's just whoever wants to go in now. There's 88 people who have entered.
Beautiful. Well, yeah, some people are going to definitely recognize why that forest is starting to be chrome, and Drew has started to recognize, and so, yeah.
We fucked up, y'all. All right, closing entries now.
Do it,
Picking
Drew.
winner.
Who's going to be the winner?
You will never know.
Hey,
What?
they won again.
Woo! Double
Some
win.
people- Some people are just super
Congratulations.
lucky.
Super lucky. That's because they tune in all the time. Tune in, people.
That's true.
Every week.
Every week. Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your papa. I get my parents to watch every time. They watch because they like it, but yeah. Hi, Ryba Mom. Hi, Ryba Dad. Congratulations. You will never know.
Hot diggity damn.
With that, make sure you check out the Level Up Kickstarter if you haven't done so yet. I'll have a video coming out for that in 2 days. I'll have the Sorcerer class dice coming out soon on a video on how to do those, and I promise you, you're going to want to figure out how to do that one because... So, we'll see you there if you haven't checked those out.
Ryan.
Yeah.
One more thing. Just to let everyone know how amazing next week's going to be. I believe I'm doing the giveaway, right?
Yes.
And I believe there's a
Level Up
Kickstarter
giveaway?
running at the moment.
Can
I mean,
enter
if those
to
two
win?
things collided, that would be absolutely amazing.
Wait,
And
for free?
For free.
For free.
Tacos?
Wow, so lucky.
I want some tacos.
So I'll see you all next week.
Right. We'll see everybody next week. Thank you for watching, and
Bye.
be excited for the Chrome Forest. Have a good night, everyone.
Don't be excited. We're all gonna die.